Simmons Holmes joining Peter Maniatis. Okay, come on down. Mark Quaid, who'll box out of the red corner.
You ready for me?
Sunday night fights. Peter Maniatis promotion. Welcome you along to an extravaganza. 7 big professional fights and a K1 World Championship Thai kickboxing match. We get the show rolling on a Sunday night with Peter Maniatis, joined by Simmons Holmes and other great corporate sponsors. 4 rounds of boxing, international featherweights. Introducing first in the blue corner on my right, wearing Bulldogs colours, red, white and blue. Ladies and gentlemen, originally from the Cameroon in Africa, in amateur boxing, a remarkable 192 amateur fights, 160 wins, 1 professional fight in Sydney. He's 20 years young and he lives in the mighty suburb of Brunswick. Ladies and gentlemen, at 57 kilograms, would you welcome from Cameroon, now living in Melbourne, Australia, Eric the Bolt Anabar. Anabar. And across the ring, recently joining the big stable of Bob Clare and Team Miller. Ladies and gentlemen, a decorated amateur career, 83 fights, 67 wins. He was a national champion in 2001. He won 6 Victorian amateur titles. 1 professional fight at 56.95 kilograms. North Essendon is his home. Trunks of white, black with a touch of gold. Would you welcome the mighty Mark Quaid? Your referee in charge of the action is Malcolm Bullner. Judges at ringside, Bryce Birtwistle, Mark Corrie, Peter Flaherty. Your timekeeper at the bell, Damien Membry. Ringside physician, Dr. Peter Lewis. Here we go. Bout 1, Peter Maniatis. Malcolm Bullner to give instructions. Summer. Okay, thank you. Vern.
And ringside the Moorabbin Town Hall here, which will certainly be a big event. Don't you worry about that, Troy.
Thank you very much, Stephen. A warm welcome to both the Steves, and looking forward to a blockbuster night and boxing extravaganza at Moorabbin Town Hall.
Now, Peaky, you just remember to breathe. Occasionally breathe. And these boys, Mark Quaid and Eric Anabar, marvellous amateur careers, stepping up to pro ranks. This is their 2nd fight, respectively, Peaky.
Yes, it certainly is. Quaid, of course, we've seen fight at an amateur level, and he's a very exuberant individual. And just threw a right hand there at Eric Anabar there, who was swayed vaguely there at him. It was a vague punch. As Quaid now bouncing around there, has the boy there on the ropes there, and a couple of nice right hand followed by a left, Troy. Looked pretty good to me.
Yes, in very good condition, Mark Quaid. Anabar.
Anabar from Cameroon.
There, Stephen, from Quaid, and he's working away feverishly at the belly of Anabar.
Some heavy body shots by their Mark Quaid.
Anabar, 192 amateur fights, Peaky.
Yeah, he certainly has, but did you see Malcolm Bullner? The referee had a word to him then about that exchange. I say Anabar going back a little bit there, but trying to exert authority from the middle of the ring. There's a big right hand from Quaid, trying to work his way through with a straight right, Troy.
Absolutely, Stephen, and Quaid getting the upper hand at the moment. Anabar using most parts of the ring.
He's moving well. Gee, he's a fit-looking customer, Eric Anabar.
Yes,
there. He comes from the Joe Nader camp at the Power Play Gymnasium in Brunswick in the northern part of Melbourne.
Yes, both boys in tremendous physical condition.
Yeah, Quan looks pretty good too, actually, at the moment. A very skillful amateur. Had a lot of, as you said before, was it 192 fights? Was it?
Yeah,
Stephen?
192 fights for 160.
Oh, a big shot there by Quan.
Right hand shot Anabar back like a reverse shot out of a gun. Quan coming in low there, Anabar ducking.
He's copped plenty, but I tell you what, he's still not taking a backward step, Anabar. He's very impressive.
Very impressive indeed. He's chiseled too. Beautiful physique on the man. And
he's working his way back into this fight.
Yeah, the Nader camp yelling at him to keep his hands up, I think, or was that the Quan people? I thought it was the Anabar people. There for a moment.
Yes. Looking very clean at the moment, Mark Quan.
Yes.
And Quan, a national amateur champion back in 2001, 6-time Victoria amateur champion. This is his second pro fight.
Yeah, excellent statistics there. I mean, that's...
Amateur-wise, he's got the runs on the board.
Commonwealth Games, I think. Anabar caught Quan with the left hand. He chases him now, trying to follow up with that punch. That was a nice left hand from
It certainly
Anabar.
was, Stephen.
These boys from Cameroon know how to fight. There's been a couple of them in Australia recently.
A glancing blow all the same. Didn't do too much damage to Mark Quan.
No, you're right there. He's a resilient boy in Quan.
It's been an impressive first round, hasn't it?
All action.
Certainly has. There's been plenty of action, plenty here. Anabar, of course, in the red trunks with blue and white piping. Bulldogs colours. We just saw them win today.
Yes, big performance by the doggies. Brad Johnson, 8 goals.
Yes,
Oh,
massive. Quan, massive with that body rip. And Anabar getting through Quan's defence.
He's done that several times. He's just working himself into this fight, Peaky.
Yes, that is a concern from the Quan camp, is Anabar being able to get through the defences of Quan. He's got through there, as you said, on several occasions. Quan starts that big right hand, and the bell goes for the end. Great, yeah. Oh, yes. Howard Lee is correct.
fantastic first round, Stephen.
Well spoken by Howard Lee.
I tell you what, Peaky, plenty of wolf whistles here tonight, mate, and they're not wolf whistling at you. Imogen, the girl from Talent Works. How good is she?
How much training I do with Rain Mako. Now, Anabar at the moment still looks pretty comfortable and got some nice shots in the boy over there. Joe Nader, Power Play Gymnasium, which has become a something to contend with in the Victorian boxing power play. Don't you worry about that.
Joe Nader putting his name up in lights. He's a big rep for you, Peaky.
Yes, I do appreciate Joe. And Joe, in fact, I'll be working for Joe in 2 weeks' time at Croxton Park when he's got a big promotion on there.
Just on Anabar, Peaky, 192 amateur fights. He's just 20 years of age. It's amazing. He must have started his amateur boxing career when he was 6 months.
Yeah. And that's Anabar, is it?
Or he's been reincarnated, one of the two.
Well, they've had a monstrous number of amateur fights between them by the sound of it, which a fairly evenly matched fight. Quan will be trying to exert a bit of authority here if he can. He needs to probably just be careful that that Anabar doesn't get through those gloves as he bounces Anabar back to his own corner, back to the Quan corner.
Interested to see how you scored that previous round, Stephen.
Look, I found it hard to split them in the finish. I virtually had it square. I know that's sitting on the fence, but if that's where it's got to be, that's where it has to be.
Quan started very aggressively, but Anabar worked his way back into the fight in
He
the
did.
latter part of that first round, Stephen J.
It certainly did, but of course I leave it to the official judges, of course, because I'm providing an unofficial scorecard here at ringside.
Yes.
Got some handy tattoos there too, Quanny.
Yes.
He's got more paintwork than the Sistine Chapel.
An oldie but a goodie there, Xannas.
Yes, no doubt about that. Anabar, though, as I said, a chiseled physique on the lad. He's been doing a lot of work at the Power Play Gymnasium in
And
Brunswick.
I tell you what, they've come in late, Peaky. Big
Oh,
crowd.
nice left hand there by Mark Quan.
Yes, but not very powerful because Anabar did not take a backward step from after that punch was delivered, Troy.
He did not flinch, Stephen.
Stood his ground beautifully. He's resilient. Both of them are, in point of fact. Nice rib punch by Quan there, just working him over in the clinches. And Malcolm Bull, expert referee there with the M8 Telcom shirt on, he broke them up.
Simmons Homes sponsoring tonight's fight night, Peaky.
Yes.
Great company.
Property development. We need plenty of that. And build more homes. Simmons Homes, they're the ones to go to. If you need a home built, you get Simmons.
They were big sponsors of the Bulldogs for a lot of years.
They were, as you were saying that, the right hand from Quan. caught the jaw of Anabar, but hasn't phased him at all. I'm worried about the lack of power possibly in Quan's punches here, because you would think he would have rocked Anabar a couple of times, but the boy, he stood there as if he had his legs planted in wet cement, dried up.
He's got a titanium jaw, Anabar.
Oh, and cement feet. Oh, he's like Superman.
Now that's ambitious.
A nice punch too much. The solar plexus then by Anabar.
Oh, nice left hand there by Anabar.
Anabar starting to work into this fight here.
Nice combination by Anabar.
Nice crunching punches from Anabar. He's got a bit of strength in those punches, Anabar.
Good fight to start off the big night fight.
Oh, this is all the hallmarks of a main event. This particular bout. Oh. Quan now still pursuing Anabar to a certain degree, stalking him, and yes, Howard Lee hit the nail on the head there.
How did you score that round, Stephen?
Well, look, I actually gave that to Anabar
I'd have
by a point, so it is close, but therefore slightly ahead on my card by the barest of margins.
Yeah, nice respect between the two boys. They both sort of punched gloves at the end of that round as if to say, hey, I'm enjoying this. We're going well. Let's put on a show.
Anabar's punches. Now, there's been a couple of good ones that have made their way through, and really hard, crunching type punches. Quan, probably power-wise, I'm concerned when he does strike pay dirt, doesn't quite bury the issue.
Yeah.
That is a slight problem.
A bit like you at a disco.
Yeah, that's a valid criticism, Stephen. I've got to agree with you. I had Quan winning the first round, and I had Anabar winning it just in that round.
Now you've got them dead square.
I've got them dead square, Stephen. That's correct.
2 rounds to go. 2 more 3-minute rounds in this bout. We're halfway through, and as Anabar pokes out that left hand, but Quan comes in hard, pushes him back.
Out hard and aggressive.
Yes, he has.
He's using the initiative in this round, Mark Quan.
His corner had a good word to him, to Quan, that he's going to have to up the tempo.
Yeah, upstairs, downstairs. That's what he needs to do.
Yeah, mix up the punches and try and not be predictable, Troy, is the position that we're looking for from Quan.
Yes, unpredictable. It's all about being unpredictable. A bit like you on the radio, Peaky.
Correct, Stephen. As the boys work in hard there, in close. Quan now working at the rib cage of Anabar. And Quan again throwing the right hand. Malcolm Bullen nearly caught one there as he was trying to get out of the way of Quan. Oh, Quan threw a nice left hand to the ear hole on Anabar.
Bit of strength behind it too. Power.
A bit of power in that. I think he's up the tempo here.
Some nice body shots to the solar plexus by Quan. Yes. Working hard in this round.
He certainly is. And maybe the punches are showing a bit more tempo. A bit more weight behind them. You've got to drive from the shoulders, and maybe that's what Quan hasn't been doing. But Anabar is not short of power either.
Great first up fight tonight, Peaky.
This is enormous stuff first up.
As you said, Stephen, worthy of a main event.
Yes, it's worthy of it. And there, the boys got a bit caught up with the arms. Oh, the nice body rip from Anabar was a beautiful right hand. Oh, would have made Barry Michael happy. He would have had a smile on his face. Oh, high, wide and handsome with the left.
Yeah, a few fresh aries.
Quan ducked, but he's looking a bit tired, Quan, here at the moment. And he's hanging on a bit here to Anabar, who's trying to punch his way off the ropes.
I think they're just trying to get their breath back.
Oh, they might be, but Quan!
Anabar!
And an uppercut caught him.
Big uppercut there.
As the corner from Nader is yelling at Anabar to keep the whole situation ticking over like a time bomb.
Anabar, what a punch, Sanners.
A flurry of punches that really hit their mark, Stephen.
Oh, did they ever?
Punch,
Quan's had some gas taken out of him. There's no doubt about that. He's had some air come out of the Graf Zeppelin at the moment.
Yes, he has. It's shades of the Hindenburg, Stephen. It could all end in a blaze of glory.
Oh, Anabar's trying to work that uppercut. He knows if he lands that uppercut coming through, that he rocked Quan's dentures a moment ago.
Massive punch.
Quan digging.
Oh,
a big right hand.
By Anabar. And again with the right hand. He's poetry in motion, Anabar, at the moment.
He's got his confidence up. What about that big punch?
Oh.
stumble.
What?
But what about Anabar? He's turned that fight upside down.
That was a quality third round of boxing.
He nearly...
Got a lot of power in there, but have a look at that uppercut, the right hand uppercut. You don't see it coming.
I tell you what, he nearly knocked Quan into the Pean Highway.
He certainly did. I was very concerned there for a moment that Quan was in a bit of trouble. Bernard Barmer, the president of the Boxing and Combat
Bernie the attorney.
That's right.
Well, welcome along the ring, Bernard W. Barmer here tonight on behalf of the chairman of the Professional Boxing and Combat Sports Board. Leo Kerry was called the Lord of the Ring, and Bernie Barmer was Lord of the Ring, and he's been sparring with Sam Solomon. Hold on, baby. Seconds out, fourth and final round. Come on, get behind these two fighting cocks. This is a top fight. Maloney.
The crowd really appreciating tonight's first fight, Stephen Milne.
Oh, absolutely, getting involved in a big way. What a great fight. Peaky's just eating his microphone.
Eric Anabar has certainly given a fantastic account of himself tonight.
A beautiful right hand which got one, but he's come back in hard on the ropes there. And he got a right hand in, but Anabar's trying to get out of there. Ball's looking at them. Oh, Anabar doing a Fred Astaire there for a moment.
Yep. Quan will need a knockout to get over the line, Stephen.
Certainly not. Quan now hanging onto the left arm of Quan. Anabar hanging onto Quan, not Quan on Quan.
You're going mad.
You've got a bad case of double vision there, Stephen.
I've just got a new pair of glasses on too, so I don't know what I'm going to do next.
Thank you. Oh, a big right hand there by Anabar.
And again on the chin now, he's resilient. He's been struck there several times. Very resilient in that area. Oh,
Another right to the chin by Anabar.
you wouldn't need another hard one there because as Gus Mercuro says, it doesn't take long for the electricity to travel to the brain.
Oh, look, your poetry in motion again, Stephen.
That's an electrical fault problem. It can take
Yes.
Anabar now, he's still dancing around. Quan starts the big tumble on the right hand. Hit press here. Anabar reaching there. He's like, he's closing that.
Oh, big left hand there by Quan.
Turned him around there, but Anabar seems to be resilient to whatever Quan can dish up at this point of the fight.
There's a nice move there by Quan. He basically bounced off the ropes and turned the positioning of the boxers around.
He did. He turned the whole issue around.
With
this point in time, Stephen.
shades of Stan Alves on the Melbourne members wing.
1977 grand final. And as Quan taps Anabar, a little up tap there on the ear hole. Nothing much in it. Trying to work in, but Anabar's got the gloves up. Oh, the head's clashed. There was a chin and a head clash. I think Bullner's going to have to split them up because the heads are too close there, boys. Anabar's, Quan's trying to get the head
Quan's throwing some quality punches here.
They're too close together, boys, in that position. Look at the heads on the chin and the face. And I think Quan's talking to him. And Bullner's having a word to him, I think, about a potential headbutt situation, I think.
Yeah. The closeness there was like a pair of Siamese twins.
They were opposite.
Oh, nice left hand by Quan.
Quan got hit again.
Anabar
Finishing strong.
back again.
Both fighters just on the money with all their punches.
As Anabar hangs on to him like a dear friend, and Malcolm Bullner now tries to split them up. As Quan coming in.
No backward steps, Peaky.
None at all in the situation that you would find here, and they're very close together again, and Malcolm Bullner will pull Quan away. He's trying to lean into Anabar to stop the power. There goes the
Come on, a standing ovation to the first fight, and what a match! Oh, mighty Mark Quan.
That's a glorious way to start tonight,
Stephen,
Peaky.
fantastic work. But Anabar, clearly in my book,
Please, George, for the presentation of
Eric Anabar, what a fantastic fight.
this fight.
Howard Lee tips it there.
And the courage of Mark Quan, make no mistake about it.
Yes, I think he just lacked a bit of probably energy and power in the finish because Anabar just seemed.
Okay, how about another big sing? We have a majority decision, ladies and gentlemen. Judge Bryce Birtwistle had it 39-38 for Anabar, blue corner. Judge Mark Corrie couldn't separate the two boxers. He had it 39-39. Therefore, the final card's in the hands of Judge Peter Flaherty. He had it by 1 point, 38-37, blue corner, Eric Anabar. Eric, your congratulations. Eric, congratulations. Eric, just a quick word, congratulations. A big win here tonight against a very good opponent.
Yeah, because I'm work very hard every day. I'm happy because long term no fight.
Thank you, Eric the Bolt Anabar. Paul Lee is in the ring. Faisal Fayed. Hi, Faisal. Good man. Good friend of mine. Okay, 4 rounds of boxing. Damien. 4 rounds of boxing in the super welterweight division. Your commentators at ringside, Troy Zantuck, Stephen J. Peake, Stephen J. Milne. Okay, 4 rounds, international super welterweights. Introducing first in the blue corner on my right, from Wheelers Hill in Melbourne's eastern suburbs, with Special K, Nick Cara and Faisal Fayed in the corner, and Dale Berry from the Malvern Martial Arts Centre. He's had 15 professional fights, tipping the scales at 69.65 kilograms. Purple mauve trunks with a touch of white. Would you welcome the Dragon, Paul Lee? And across the ring in the red corner with Dave Hegarty and Andrew Woodall and all the team from the Tarneat Team Destruction. What a busy day they have had at 69.85 kilograms. Ladies and gentlemen, if he wins this one, he's fighting for a national title. Would you welcome from Melbourne's western suburbs in black trunks, Jay Smasher Sim. Malcolm Mulner in charge. Brought to you by Joey Warehouse.
Well, Warehouse, and that's the place to go for whatever you need to get from Joey.
You won't need to go there.
I wouldn't imagine you'd visit the warehouse on a regular basis.
Now, Peaky and Zanners, Jay the Smasher Sims wins this fight. He's fighting for an Australian title, a massive fight in his career.
Oh, a high-stakes fight, Stephen, make no mistake about it.
Yeah, no doubt about that. And Paul Lee, he's got the dragon trunks on, the purple pipings, purple waistband, and that would be silky satin white.
He's as game as they come, Stephen, Paul Lee.
And big raps on Smasher.
He's the boxing accountant, Paul Lee.
Let's hope his number isn't up tonight.
And Peaky Smasher just coming up through the ranks. Big raps on him.
Yes, I'm impressed with this boy. I've seen him before, and he's built quite beautifully too. He's very muscled up, very strong. He's done the work.
Yeah.
And Paul Lee, though, no doubt he's got Special K in the corner, and the K-man, he knows how to get the job done. As he has in the past, whether it be fighting or training fighters. Special K.
He's got the height advantage, the Smasher, and reach.
He has, but Paul Lee pursuing him at this point in time.
Yes, he is.
Trying to get the upper hand or some leverage on Sims by pursuing him around the boxing ring.
He's what you'd call a US Marshal of boxing. He just keeps pursuing you.
That's a good analogy, Troy.
He's good at those. I'll tell you what, Paul Lee on top of the moment.
Some great body shots there by Paul Lee.
Now, Paul Lee's decided he's not going to take a backward step in this
No.
He's decided that the best form of defence is attack.
Yeah. Working downstairs.
All-out attack, a bit like Peaky at a disco.
Maybe correct. But,
Allegedly.
allegedly, yes. I haven't been inside a disco for a while, I must admit.
Yeah.
Tell you what, Paul Lee, Xana's summed him up pretty beautifully early in the fight. Game as they come.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. This man, he doesn't take a backward step. He's got an elbow bandage on. I think he's had a bit of trouble with that left elbow before. A ligament problem. A tendon in the elbow. And they copped the right hand from Sims there in that exchange, but now they're grappling. Sims grappling, and Malcolm Blumler in there again. He's doing 2 in a row here, Malcolm. He's in for a big night, I'd say, Malcolm.
Very hard to match up with, Stephen, when you've got a guy like Paul Lee who just comes in like a battering ram.
Yes,
Doesn't give you a rhythm.
He gets you out of synchronisation. That's what it's all about.
Absolutely.
But Sims now is a bit wary of that. He's trying to back away, and so he gives himself room, punching room, a bit of space or room, which is what I'm always talking about on radio.
Paul Lee came into this fight as the rake outsider.
Yeah.
He's putting together the fight of his life. He's been incredibly impressive.
He is. Well, he's with the Special K camp now, and I think that's probably made all the difference to
Yeah.
him. He's an attacking force now.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he's come after Smasher from the word go.
He certainly has. Smasher at the moment is a little bit finding this fight a bit disconcerting at the moment.
Covering up like a doona on a cold winter's night.
Oh, yes. At that. As the Dragon now still moving forward. Oh, and they touch gloves. Good sportsman.
Fantastic.
K would be highly impressed. And Faisal Fayed is also in that corner over there. I'm a massive fan of Faisal Fayed.
I'd have to say,
Boxing and kickboxing.
I'd have to say, Stephen, I'd have to give that round to Lee.
Oh, no doubt.
Made all the running in that round.
Did all of the running.
And we've got Melbourne champion wingman in Travis Johnston in
yes, he's
in
just
attendance, sitting
sitting
ringside.
next to you, and he's just gone left ringside to have a word to Peter Maniatis, the promoter here tonight. Peter Maniatis Promotions.
Travis Johnston's pretty keen on getting Imogen's autograph.
Oh, is he at the moment?
I showed him my autograph. And
Okay.
Imogen kindly signed for me pre-fight.
We've also got former AFL player John Rombotis in attendance, Stephen.
Yes, he's a memorabilia expert, as we know, and he'll be auctioning some quality produce later in the evening, Troy.
Fitzroy, Richmond and Port Adelaide.
Yes. Yep, no doubt. 3 clubs and excellent at all of them.
Sporting memorabilia king.
Yeah, well, he's right in there, Stephen, in that business. And I purchased a Al Pacino Scarface portrait from him last year.
Yes, and as you know, every dog has its day.
Yes, that's right. The world is yours, I think it had written on it.
Lee continuing where he left off in round 1.
He's got Sims on the defensive now. Sims needing to use a lot of the ring to stay away from Lee's power.
Screaming out, stay positive, stay positive. And he has been positive throughout this fight.
He is. He's following or stalking Sims. At this point, Sims seems to be the one who's trying to keep away from Lee, trying to give himself some breathing space and some room to punch.
Shades of Sam Berkowitz.
Thought you were going to say Burke and Wills for a minute. They've got a lot of space in the desert.
Working beautifully, you two. What? Laughs
the
at
boys,
ringside.
the boys get tied up here. Not much room in a boxing ring.
Yeah, be
That's
smart.
for sure.
Be smart is the message
The
from Smasher's corner.
And that Special Case very happy here at the moment with his man. Yes, he gets pushed into his own corner there at the moment. Sims trying to push him, but now Malcolm's grabbed the arm of Sims, trying to split them. They must split. When Malcolm comes in, he touches them. That should be enough for them to move backwards.
Sims looks like he could go 12 rounds, Stephen.
Yeah,
The worry could be with Lee, his stamina.
Yeah, petrol tickets, the petrol tank, possibly. But he looks fitter than I've ever seen him before. He's always been a stocky lad, Paul. This time I think he might have a bit more gas in the tank than he's had in previous bouts. And you can hear Special K elucidating his approval.
He's very happy. Just very happy was probably what you were trying to get across.
He was vocalising there, and he's quite
big
happy.
headshot there too from the Dragon.
At the moment with Paul Lee, who's he is fighting a very good fight here tonight.
And frustration
Creeping in, yeah.
Jay Sims.
Sims now.
Frustrated.
Stephen, you're all over that.
And warning from Malcolm Bullner for was a head clash, gentlemen.
Yeah, it was the heads got a little bit too close.
A little bit close, and frustration
He's landing
brings
a
that
couple
on.
though now, Smasher.
Yeah, he's
Walking into them too. He's just got to be a little bit careful with that.
working into a rhythm, Jay
I
Sims.
saw another problem with Sims. Then he turned his back on his fighter, even though the fight was at that point dead. You never do that in boxing. You always back away so that you keep your eyes on your opponent to see where he is at all times, because the boxing ring is not a big area.
It's a little bit like you at the disco. Always keep your eye on that peak.
It's Paul Lee now. He's looks like a scarecrow at the moment with the arms out, but Sims didn't really do much mileage on him there. And look, I think you've still got to give that round to Paul Lee, because he got the scoring punches in.
Somewhat of a surprise so far, Stephen.
Well, he's surprised a few people, but when I saw him into the ring with Special K in his corner and Faisal Fayed, that turned me around to a certain degree, because he's got two expert men in the corner. One still fighting brilliantly as a boxer and or kickboxer, and Special K, the retired expert, who knows what this is all about.
Yeah,
at
he doesn't train losers, does he? He's in it to win. He's got a winning mentality.
Yeah, and that's what you need.
And that's what you need. It's like you.
And you've got
a winning mentality.
You've got to have confidence too. You must have confidence in your abilities at all times. Now, MMA brute force, that's the Special K gymnasium.
It's time for Jay Sims to stand up now. He's been sluggish. He was shell-shocked in that first round. Started working his way back into the fight towards the end of that. He landed a couple of punches.
His corner's not happy.
Punches.
The Sims corner is at the moment in not a distressed state, but they're angry with their man.
Shell-shocked.
Could be the word. Lee's starting to hemorrhage again and now chasing and pursuing Sims.
He is boxing with a great amount of confidence.
And power too.
He's taking the fight to Sims.
And you notice how he never takes his eye off Sims the whole time.
Now there's a big punch landed by Smasher Sims, but Lee straight back at him and got some points with that big punch.
Oh, yes.
He's
doing a great job, Paul Lee.
He is, isn't he?
See it written all over his face, Troy.
He's seething, Stephen.
He's got more patience than an Indian snake charmer, Paul Lee.
Absolutely.
That's a good line.
He constantly got the eye on the eye of the cobra. And I'm very impressed with him.
Oh, a big right hand there by Jay Sims. That hit the spot.
But Lee, though, didn't go backwards but comes forward in the response to that punch. Lee's style in coming in, he's always going to wear something somewhere along the line. A boxer is going to get in a punch. But he responds with two big right hands on Sims after that previous exchange to say, that's not going to deter me from doing my job. Mr. Sims.
The mouth guard.
Mouth guard's out.
And someone's lost their mouth apparatus.
Mouth apparatus.
Why don't you just say mouth guard, you buffoon?
Yeah. And we're lost for words here in the commentary position after Stephen J. Peake
They're all specifically made, you know.
Butchering the English language.
One size doesn't fit all as Lee comes in, hammering away on Sims in the blue corner, the Sims corner, and the Simmons home corner. The Lee corner.
Throws a flurry of punches, Stephen, and holds his man up. Does one Paul the Dragon Lee.
Yes, the Dragon's having the fight of his life.
Trying to work in underneath with the body shots there, Paul, but Sims tied him up. Oh, cracking left hand from Sims.
Big left hand there by Sims.
One of his best punches for the night. Haven't been many of them.
Crowd's come alive.
Yeah.
Oh, I think Sims copped an accidental elbow then. Sims now coming out of his slumber in this round, in round 3.
The Giant has awoken.
He's got a mouse forming on the side of his left eye, Sims.
Yeah.
I think he might have copped an accidental elbow a moment ago from Lee. Nothing wrong, nothing intentional about it. It was an accident.
A big left hand there by
Sims. But
what a round.
Great round of boxing.
There you have it.
From finish to that.
Great round by Jay Sims.
Finally got a couple of punches to hit some pay dirt, gentlemen.
7 rounds of great.
Thank you.
Coming home like a
You'll
steam
notice
train.
that
He really stepped up to the
got
plate on that occasion, Stephen.
Trainer.
Absolutely, I called
Over
it. I
there.
said it's time for
Yeah.
Jay Smasher Sims to stand up. And that's exactly what he did.
He certainly did. Stood up all right, but at the
Stephen J.
moment...
Peake's standing up right
Something
now. You're standing up to attention right now, Peaky. The ring girls just walked by.
Stephen J. Peake doing his best impression of Jake the Pig. Rolf Harris, eat your heart out.
As I was correct about that mouse forming on the left side of Jay Sim's eye, because his trainer, Dave, there has a one of those tweezer type pieces of apparatus there, attempting to alleviate that mouse.
Yeah.
And to reduce it and emulsify it.
He's going to storm home, Jay Smasher Sims. That's my prediction.
And Lee comes in hard
Lee.
in the neutral corner. No backing away here. Lee is resilient in this bout. He's got plenty of energy left. Hasn't run out of any petrol tickets yet. And still hammering away.
Paul Leaf is his fight style similar to coming out of a rugby scrum, isn't it?
Straight back in there. Nick Carra telling Paul
He's a
Lee
burst
straight back in
fighter.
there.
No doubt a burst fighter there. Fighting that style seems to be suitable to his skills and his stamina ratio. Paul
He's
Lee.
It's going to be another tough fight to call, boys.
Yeah. He's very round arm, isn't he, Stephen? He fights with a round arm action, Paul Lee.
Yes, he's
where-
played it with it several
Yep.
times in this fight.
Whereas Sims is more your traditional jab.
Paulie again rushing in like a mad bull
Geez, another all-action fight, Peaky.
in a Spanish auditorium.
That'd be a bullfighting ring.
Sims, probably the more classically attuned fighter, but he's been outboxed in this, or outpunched more so than outboxed, I'd say.
I've seen Paul Lee on a number of occasions. He's always been courageous, but hasn't quite got it. Tonight, he's just turned it around. He's breathing new life into his career.
Yeah, well,
The
he's
dragon
exuberant.
is breathing fire.
Yeah. Like your work, Xanners.
Fighting like the proverbial dragon, you're correct.
But the great thing about Lee tonight, Stephen, he hasn't given Sims
Oh, he got
any
a cut
rhythm.
there, Lee, I think. Has he, or was that sweat? Just a bit of sweat and
Yeah.
a mouse, or
He's
just
got a pretty
bruise?
powerful left, though.
Yeah, he unloaded on Lee then.
Oh, yeah, he
Lee
did.
with a left, too.
Didn't do any
Lee's
damage,
just
though.
unloaded, done
Lee-
some damage.
Sims hasn't damaged Lee, though. That's the thing when he has got
Well,
through. Well, there's a
well,
cut.
well,
plenty of
I
blood.
thought I saw some blood.
Yeah.
There's a massive cut
That's, the big
brewing.
left.
It's brewing on the right-hand side of the right eye of Lee. It's not dripping into the eye.
But the claret is flowing, Stephen.
That won't matter when we're in the last round, so I don't think Malcolm Bullnering won't call for any medical assistance at this point, because we haven't got long to go. The fight will go the distance. There wouldn't be enough time for the blood to drip into the eyeball.
Forget about the blood, forget about the eyeball, and get on with the commentating.
It's Sims now, trying to work away there, but
Sims
Lee coming
coming
in
out
hard
strong.
still,
Oh,
and comes
he's
in with a
fine.
cracking left hand, Lee, and pushes Sims into the ropes there. Sims is grappling, time is running out, and
And there it is. What a great fight. Fantastic. Fantastic fight, Stephen. How do you see it?
Geez, a tough one to call. Smasher Sims, did he get there in the end? Maybe not.
No, he didn't on my
No.
card. I know it's unofficial. It's completely unofficial, and
You are unofficial.
The judges there are handy, but I've got Paul Lee winning that fight.
Yeah.
3 rounds there, or 3 rounds and a 1 round draw.
Now, Peaky, how much has Bernie the attorney paid to sit next to you at ringside?
Don't worry about that.
Not enough.
Not enough.
Bernie the attorney, not
Hey,
enough.
Bernie, when the promoter said we're boxing in Moorabbin Town Hall and where are the seat positions, he said, I want to sit next to Stephen J. Peake at
Yeah.
ringside.
I think Bernard won the booby prize.
An enjoyable experience. That's what he's finding. A great start to the week. That's what he's thinking. He'll sleep well.
Peaky, there's no one quite like you, and that's a bloody good thing.
Gentlemen,
Xanners?
whichever way we look at this,
Yeah,
Paul,
look.
I'll tell you one thing. Special K and Faisal Fayed have turned Paul Lee into a quality fighter. No doubt
Yes,
about
he was
that.
very impressive tonight, Stephen J. Peake. I reckon he's breathed new life into what was maybe a flagging, languishing boxing
Yeah,
career.
really stepped up to the plate, Stephen, in my eyes.
Up until tonight, I think Lee was copping punches. He didn't have that energy, but tonight he showed exuberant energy that we haven't seen from Lee in the past.
Well, I had the first 2 rounds to Paul Lee, Stephen. The last 2 to Jay Sims.
Oh, so you're calling it a draw?
Just depends who gets the points
By the
for
sound of
those
it.
respective rounds. Now, Peaky, we are off to a crackerjack start tonight. The 2 fights, absolutely magnificent.
We are. We've had 2 superb fights. This is turning into be, and these are those first couple of fights we weren't thinking to be the best fights on the card, because we've got Kerry Palmer coming up. We've got, amongst others, Kosta Chondros is on the card, and I love watching Kosta Chondros in action. And also Johnny Walker, George Longinidis, and Shannon McMahon. This is a creme de la creme card.
Take a bow, Peter Maniatis.
It's a creme de la creme card. No doubt about that. One of the best I've seen.
Pete, look, to be brutally honest, his last show, it wasn't a great show.
It was solid.
It was
solid.
I think
you're
being nice.
Well,
tonight's show,
I found it to be solid.
The heat was on, and he's delivered, Peter Maniatis.
In spades, I've got to say.
He has delivered. This has got the hallmarks of one of the great boxing nights, maybe for the last decade.
MC Howard Lee has been handed official documentation.
You can't ask any more than that. Ladies and gentlemen, Judge Mark Corrie had it 39-38 to the blue corner, Paul Lee. Okay, Judge Bryce Birtwistle, he couldn't separate the 2 fighters. 39-39. Okay, nobody's happy so far. Judge Peter Flaherty, it's in your hands once again, Peter. That's how the cards fall. He gave it 39-37, blue corner, the Dragon, Paul Lee. Paul, yeah, okay. Paul, congratulations, and your 3rd win of your professional career. He's a good opponent too. He was aiming for a national title fight.
Yeah, he's pretty good, but I think it's my time for a title shot. I fought everyone all around Australia. I've fought about 4 former Aussie champs, state champs. I fought them all. I'm just making a comeback. And yeah, I'd just like to thank everyone for coming. Just, yeah, us fighters, you know, we need sponsorship and stuff. So if any of you guys like any of the fighters tonight, just give us a ring at our gym. It helps sponsor us, get us through our fighting career much smoother. And yeah, just good day to the boys at High Talk and everyone down at Recreation Martial Arts Centre. And thank you, Peter, for putting me on your show.
Beautifully done. Paul the Dragon Lee, a big winner here tonight, a big upset winner.
Fantastic.
Here tonight.
Very impressed with him, very impressed. And
Get on your rod. Okay. International super middleweight fight coming up. Thank you, Damien. Ladies and gentlemen, 4 rounds. Peter Maniatis continues a great night of action. Hope you're enjoying the show because the fights so far have been super fights. Our commentary team agree. 4 rounds of super middleweight boxing. Introducing first on my right, occupying the blue corner, from Invercargill, New Zealand. He's had 12 professional fights at 74.75 kilograms. 3 wins, 2 draws. Would you welcome back to Melbourne with Timo Matagi in the corner, wearing Collingwood Magpies colours. In fact, the New Zealand World Cup cricket team colours of black and white. Would you welcome Bruce the buzzsaw Glozier. Glozier, New Zealand.
The Buzzsaws.
And across the ring with Ben
What a
Brizzy.
fantastic
Congratulations,
nickname
Ben.
that is,
Susie
Stephen,
Q,
the
a big win
Buzzsaw.
today at the Calabria Club with Rod Carr, former Commonwealth and Australian champion, and Kevin Hargraves, the man who twice beat heavyweight champ Vin Servi at 75.70 kilograms. A perfect boxing record. 4 bouts, 4 wins, 2 inside the distance. Ranked in the top 10 in Australia, wearing white trunks, fondly known as the Pride of Port. Would you welcome Kerry Palmer? Your judges at ringside, Malcolm Boulder, Peter Flaherty and Nick Cara. Your referee, Mr. Bryce Birtwhistle.
And a lot of hype, Stephen J. Peak, surrounding the Prince of Port Melbourne, Kerry Palmer. 4 wins, 4 straight wins to start his career. 2 by way of KO. Big raps on him. Barry Michael, a big fan.
Yeah, well, he's a quality fighter, Kerry Palmer. Glozier is a interesting operator.
Yeah.
12 pro fights. Glozier, the buzzsaw.
New Zealand. Is he not a New Zealander? Yep.
2 draws. So
From New Zealand.
Lamentable record.
And he's got a high waistband there, a protecting waistband.
It's keeping his ears warm at the moment.
Very high pants.
He's got black, white piping on black trunks, velvet trunks, with Minai white tassels, I may add, around the waistband.
Peaky, Palmer, 4 fights, 4 wins. You would have seen most of them.
I've seen all of them. I've commentated just about all of them.
About him? What's so exciting about him?
You've got a straight right hand, a beautiful straight right hand. It's accurate. It's like an Exocet missile when it comes through. I like it.
Yeah,
and,
he's a
patient.
fantastic technician, Stephen, isn't he?
He's got the Hargrave camp.
Yeah, he's got everything going for
there
the...
as well, hasn't he?
And he's one of my favourites. One of my
other gentleman,
favourites.
the other gentleman there. There's 3 gentlemen there.
Kevin Hargrave.
And the other one? There's 3 there.
Please enlighten us.
I was looking for you for help. But anyway, Palmer now comes in there. Throw a little left hand there just to see where Glozier was
He's got good reach.
And that Glozier's already
Good
covering
reach.
up there. I'm not too happy about that defensive prognostication taken by Glozier at this time of the fight.
He's got a longer reach than Freddy Krueger.
He's good. I just like the boy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, well, it could be right.
He's a tremendous technician, Stephen.
He is, and he's patient. That's what we're seeing now. Kerry Palmer in the satin white trunks with the Keza written on the front.
Peaky.
Yes.
Palmer's punches are cleaner than your underwear.
Let's not worry about my foundation garments because they're irrelevant to what's going on. What we've got here is Kerry Palmer looking pretty good at the moment.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just being patient and
The
waiting
hype-
for the opportunity.
the hype has
Glozier
been
is covering up a
justified.
little bit, and you notice Glozier there having to duck because Palmer had that right hand on. But the one I was talking about is the straight right.
Yep.
I just remember Palmer with that right hand. It's a beautiful
Uses the jab very well too, Kerry Palmer.
Sanders,
Yep,
you've
and
told
you
me
can see
he's
Kevin
just
now calling out for the right hand. He's calling out for it now, the corner.
Yeah, the overhand right.
Xanas, you've said it. He's got great style, Kerry Palmer.
Yep, and Kevin again calling out
Copybook.
for Kerry Palmer to go underneath.
It's old
With
school
both
boxing
punches.
technique, Stephen.
It is, yes. He's very much Marcus a Queensbury man, a Leo Berry gymnasium style man.
As the lights go out.
Yeah. In the outer areas of the Moorabbin Town Hall here.
Glozier-
Electrical fault.
The light's
Glozier.
shining off Peake's head.
Let's hope that the ringside lights stay on.
His waistband appears to be worrying him at the moment. Keeps yanking at it.
In fact, I think it's restricting his breathing.
Yeah.
Whoa!
That's
That
a
was
low blow.
Slapping punch to possibly the
Niagara's.
region.
Mm.
Just above that.
Mm.
I think otherwise the man involved would be asking for a break. Swinging right hand, caught nothing but fresh air.
It's like he's just got out of a swimming pool. He keeps trying to pull up his trunks.
Yes. Well, they're very long trunks. As you said, they're fairly highly placed on the frame.
Good to see Ramrod Carr still involved in big-time boxing. One of
He
my
is.
favourites.
Yep,
Loved him.
Glozier just happy to take the counter puncher's role in this fight.
Yep, a stalwart Rod Carr. We saw him fight Rick Thornbury at the World Trade Centre in 1995. And a very
He's
long
more than a
promotion.
stalwart. He was a star, a bona fide
A
star.
bona fide star, yes. Well, the stalwart's that's a credit comment, Stephen.
Yeah, copped it there. Glozier just getting a couple of punches through Kerry Palmer's defence.
And the moment, Kerry's just biding his time a bit here. He's just feeling Glozier out. That's what the first round here is all about. And there goes the bell.
Yep.
There's Kerry sensibly goes back to his corner.
Have to give that to Palmer. Just did that little bit more than Glozier.
Yeah, well, he went on the attack more, Troy, and that's Glozier was constantly on the defence. You start to shudder. If Palmer opens up, Glozier could be in a lot of difficulty.
Sunday, April 15, WBF Asia Pacific Flyweight Championship, Shane Brock, Robert Rutherford, Lee Torabik, Tim Tiller, Matt The Rock,
With her, yeah, with us. Later, not now, later on. I want to get a photo with Imogen. Peggy, do you like my taste?
Turn your mic off. You turn it off when
You can turn yours off. I'm not turning mine off.
this comes on the DVD. Oh, I turn mine off so that never say something that can be recorded.
Keep it off.
So that it gets, listened to by
Yeah,
journalists.
yeah, by Bernie Barmer, Bernie the attorney.
And here we are in round two now. Palmer, probably the slighter, a better fighter in the first round. There wasn't a great deal of punching power done in that round, but Palmer was patient and resilient, just waiting for opportunities.
Just sort of sucked and seed, didn't
They
they?
did a bit in a clubbing right hand on Glozier there, and that was another big right. A body shot from Palmer, looking for that right hand again.
He's got great reach, Palmer.
Great reach, fantastic reach.
And now he's up the tempo now. His ratio has gone up by 30%.
35 in my book.
Got good crowd support, Kerry Palmer.
He has. He's a very popular young man in
For the
the Port of Phillip. The Prince of Port Melbourne. The Prince of Port Phillip, Kerry Palmer. Acquitting himself well.
Good to have the heartbreaker ringside.
Thomas Jones, ringside.
Good man. One of my favourites.
And that, so Palmer started the round off fairly quick and fast and furious and got some little punches landed beautifully. The boys have...
Ramrod Carr shouting some encouragement from the corner.
Yeah. Kevin Hargrave looking on resolutely at the moment, just thinking about his man in the ring to see how to perhaps forward the situation.
It's one of the Brizzy boys in the corner as well.
Yeah, that's who I was thinking of, yes.
Yeah.
And now Glozier there slapped the right hand around the neck of Palmer and tried to... Oh, an uppercut from Glozier.
I think Palmer needs to get a lot busier, Stephen.
Needs to get busy now, I'd say. Not that the Glozier is taking advantage of the slowness of the fight, but having more trouble with his trunks. But he doesn't. He started the round off perfectly, Kerry, and now he's just slowed the position up a little bit, Troy.
He has.
Going underneath with that
He
left hand.
likes to work downstairs and then attack the head.
Yeah,
when he softened up the solar plexus.
Yes. Well, that's what Joe Fraser always said. If you can work the solar plexus and the stomach over, the head will fall straight into your gloves.
Nice left there from Palmer, connecting with
You shake the foundations of a house, the roof will come tumbling down.
And the head will fall after you work over the midsection like a cake off a plate.
Yes.
There's Palmer now working away in the red corner.
Nice body punches there, Kerry Palmer.
Working away Glozier's rib cage there. That will sting tomorrow.
Glozier got one through a left.
Might need an
on
ice
the
pack
side of his face.
on that rib cage tomorrow because it's going to start to swell. Another punch to that and another to the rib cage there, and that's good boxing from Kerry Palmer as to because after a period of time, that starts to sting and you start smarting and it's unpleasant.
Oh, big right hand, Kerry Palmer.
Now
Big
was
right.
that the left?
Whoa!
See
Was
that
that the
coming?
big right? I didn't see which
big
hand
right.
that came
Big right
from.
hand, Stephen.
Oh, the right hand, there you go. I've mentioned this before the fight started, and Glozier's in a lot of difficulty here. Brought him in, the bell saved him from further punishment at the end of that round.
Explosive end of that round.
Oh.
Kerry Palmer shaking the foundations, a big right centers, sending Glozier to the canvas.
Cool as a cucumber, Palmer, after that
was a,
knockdown punch.
2 or 3 seconds there where all of a sudden the world came to a dead halt and then Glozier collapsed to the canvas. The world just stopped in motion and Glozier said, I've been hurt, and then collapsed.
Nobody can sum it up like you can.
And Peaky was confused. He didn't know whether it was a right or a left or a headbutt, but it was a big right. A big right, Zanners.
Yeah.
They were just too far underneath me to see that punch.
He's a very impressive young... He is a fighter who is rising fast.
He's rising fast and very clean. He's a clean hitter, Stephen.
And he's a clean-cut kind of guy too.
Absolutely. Out of the boxing ring, you could not wish to meet a nicer guy than Kerry
So
Palmer.
related to Kevin Hargraves and Michael Hargraves.
Yeah.
Great boxing personalities. Ram right in the corner.
Fantastic. He's got to capitalise on that last round.
Again, Glozier having a lot of trouble with
Some
his
nice
apparatus.
body shots
And
there
a call from the crowd. Finish it off, Keza.
Yeah.
They want a knockout.
Kerry Palmer now. Oh, vicious left hand from Palmer there. Nearly did more damage, but didn't quite strike pay dirt there on the scon of Glozier. As he comes in with the uppercut there.
Do you mind
With the right
translating that in
hand.
English?
I hope there's subtitles on the DVD.
Glozier now ducked the head there, coming in, and Palmer now has got that nice left jab working and resolutely looking at Glozier, who again goes to the trunks, trying to adjust foundation garments. You haven't got time to do that in professional boxing.
He's unhurried though, Palmer, isn't he?
Unhurried, fantastically summed up. He's seen more jabs in the South Melbourne Blood Bank at the moment, Glozier.
No doubt about that. But notice the difference. Palmer's got no problems with his apparatus. Everything's working correctly and he's dressed appropriately.
We won't make the analogy about the
everywhere.
flogging though, Zanners.
No.
You must get your equipment sorted out. But
Yeah.
Oh, again now, Glozier throws
Glozier,
the
though,
left.
that's a good little punch there from Glozier.
It was
Not
a nice
going away.
short,
Not
sharp
going
punch.
away
No,
at
no,
all.
he's showing some resilience here, Glozier.
The buzzsaw
The buzzsaw. It's a
from New
fantastic.
Zealand.
He needs to switch it on.
Oh, a big
Oh,
left.
he went to the knees.
Big left.
After being pounded there to
He
the
was
head and
pounded.
body by Palmer. And
He's shook up.
having a
Yeah.
think on his knees.
shook
Bryce
up.
Birtwhistle is leaning over and he's going to say, are you all right? Glozier's got to make a decision. Or is Birtwhistle going to tell him he's got the gloves? He's talking to the lad. He's sending him to the
Corner.
neutral
He's
corner.
all
No,
shook up.
they're box on now.
Yeah. He had
no
a
difficulty there. I think
lovely body shot there.
He could have a sure
him
rib
with the left
there. He's
of the
been
ribs.
working those ribs over for the last two and a half
winded.
rounds.
Wonderful body shot there by Kerry Palmer.
Good body shot.
Really rattled the rib cage of Glozier.
Glozier's trainer will be able to cook his eggs on his fighter's rib cage tomorrow morning. They'll be that red.
Oh,
That's all
and
over
again,
Palmer. You're
I
a
think he's gonna
star on
send
the
him away,
rise,
isn't he?
Kerry.
Bryce is nearly pushing him down.
It's all over.
He said, and it's body shots that have done the damage here.
Yeah, absolutely, Stephen.
Rattled his rib cage.
I've got a feeling this man has got either a badly bruised rib or possibly a broken rib.
Now, what about Palmer? Where can he go? Where can he go?
Now 5-zip, is he not?
Yeah, 5-zip.
On his log. He can go to an Australian title along the way here.
How far away is that?
Look, he probably needs a couple more
No,
fights.
I'd say 3 fights
Yeah,
at
2
least,
to 3
Stephen.
fights. 3 fights, yeah. Well, I'll give you 3 to be conservative with the situation.
Yeah. But as
He's
you...
got everything, though, and I tell you what,
Yeah.
he's an intelligent boxer.
He is intelligent, very intelligent man. What are we weighing in at? 75.7 kilograms. So we're looking at a middleweight level. Who would we be talking about?
Well, the skin folds on Kerry Palmer would be lower than the Mexican wage. He is in fantastic shape, Kerry Palmer.
Which side of the border are we talking about?
South of the border, down Mexico way.
Yeah, I think you're right.
But Kerry Palmer, Stephen, everything going for him. Great trainer, fantastic support crew,
Yep.
and the boy can really box.
He can box and he's patient, which is
He's copyable. He's copyable. He's got a great reach, and I tell you what, he's got a bit of power about him. He knocked the buzzsaw to the canvas with a big right, or was it a left peaky or a right? I think
not
it was
sure
a right.
because they were underneath me at the time.
They were underneath you.
It was actually a combination, a left-right combination that did the
There
damage.
was a little left and a big right.
Yeah, well, it's a mixed bag. You don't forget all the damage was done by a combination of body shots. That's where
said not to bomb, just pace yourself.
Yeah, I wasn't really listening to me corner, but I was the first one in 6 months, or about 5 months, and I'm happy to get it out the way.
Good, Kerry. So a big year in store for you, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully I've got to get a lot fitter to, take it to the next level and get a lot more dedicated, and hopefully I can do something this year.
Okay, unbeaten Kerry, the Prince of Port Palmer.
I just black out, blow they motherfucking back out. That's a realness, nigga. My nigga.
Okay, Peter Menatis Promotions welcome you back to Centre Ring on a Sunday night in your city at the Moorabbin City Hall. What a great crowd in, a capacity crowd. Congratulations, Peter. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for supporting this big show of 8 international fights. We step up to the super middleweight division. 6 rounds of boxing, international. Introducing first, on my right, with Clay Omatagi in the corner. Born in Samoa, South Pacific, now resident Auckland, New Zealand, a regular visitor to Melbourne at 28 years of age. 14 fights, 6 wins, 1 draw, 7 losses, 2 by knockout. Wearing white trunks with black trim. Ladies and gentlemen, would you welcome at 72.25 kilograms, fearless Feli Malatei. And across the ring in the red corner from Reservoir with President Darryl Ford from the Glenroy Gymnasium at 76 kilograms, 27 years young, 7 professional fights, 4 wins. Ladies and gentlemen, wearing the familiar red, black and white trunks. They call him Cool Hand Luke Maloney. Your judges at ringside, Mark Corrie, Nick Cara, Peter Flaherty, your referee in charge of the action. Once again, Mr. Bryce Birdwhistle. Round 1, Tell It Works.
Well, gentlemen, we've had a fantastic night's boxing, and it won't stop because we've got Luke Maloney in the red corner with Darryl Ford there, his tutor. And Feli Malatei with the same training team of the Bruce Glozier team who was in the last bout. Ready to start at a middleweight level fight.
Interesting that Maloney's...
And a bit of bad blood, where Malatei pushed Cool Hand Luke away. The ref was just giving instructions. He pushed him away, and there was a big glitter. He's just spat. He's all fired up.
Any
Cool
reason
Hand
for
Luke
that,
Maloney.
Stephen, though? Any reason for the bad blood?
Well, he pushed him. I just said they were in there. They were staring at each other, eyeballing each other, and Malatei pushed him physically, aggressively.
Is there any history between these two?
This is going to be on for young and old. Don't worry about that.
Yeah,
Sanners.
Malatei, that's one way of throwing the gauntlet down.
Well, he did.
By
Malatei in the tassel trunks.
yes, tassels both north and south, upper and lower on the trunks. The silver.
Yeah, get on with it,
trunks
Peaky.
with black piping.
Call the action.
And, as he tries resolutely trying to reach in, get the reach correct to reach into the Maloney torso. Not much damage done though,
good
Stephen.
one. Sharp left from Maloney there.
A very trim pair of boxing shoes worn by Malatei too, I might add.
Can you forget about the apparel just
but
for a minute and
just-
call the action?
Yeah, I will, but there's no Achilles support there in that in those shoes. I'm just pointing out something that could be significant in a long-range fight. If it,
I reckon a big punch would be significant.
Cool Hand Luke here with the red trunks, or would that be crimson?
Describe the punches, for God's sake.
With
You'll
an
be out of a job.
with an Adidas motif. around about the stomach region of
The
those
motive.
trunks.
I'll let the motive go through.
Maloney now moving,
Just
slow to
sizing
move.
each other up at the
And
moment.
that, not a great deal of damage done so far in this bout.
Malata just landing a little left into the rib cage. Didn't rattle his rib cage, but landed.
Filet and Luke at the moment.
And
They're
that,
exchanging
yes.
blows.
I just noticed something else in that Malata's trunks may have been overworked with the dry cleaners, I think, in some shape or form. There seems to
How's
be
your dry cleaner going?
so seems to be some part of
Some
the
of those
tunic.
underpants you
Some of
unveiled.
the tunic has
Daddy's
been affected
home.
there. As Maloney now trying to use a right hand coming in on Malata.
Going downstairs. Putting more holes in his trunks than the Swiss cheese factory.
Now, this is a big fight for Luke Maloney. He's had 7 pro fights
Oh.
for 4 wins.
That was a cracking left hand from Maloney there on Malata. He would have felt that.
Big fight for Maloney. 7 fights for 4 wins. He really needs to start building up his wins.
Yeah,
Straight Luke.
that's his log we're talking about, Stephen. Maloney there. Southern Cross Stars also embossed at the bottom of his crimson trunks.
Nice block there from Fearless Feli.
Very high on the toes, you'll notice, Maloney.
Yep.
Flat-footed Malata.
Seems to
Bit
be
of power there from
correctly
Malata.
attired with
Nice
those
left.
boots too.
Big one from Maloney.
Maloney unloads with a withering right hand.
Did unload 2 Xanners. It's given him a bit of confidence. He's got a bit of a pep in his step now.
He's highly alert, Maloney here.
Yeah, he's got
Highly
his eyes
alert.
open.
Nice block there from Malata.
Interesting first round. Malata really didn't do a great deal of damage at all in that fight. Didn't throw a great deal of leather, did he? So no doubt of Maloney. No one would dispute that with me.
No dispute. One of your best mates at ringside Xanners in Darren Harlan.
Travis Johnson's going to present the medallion after this fight. Melbourne,
And Glenn Williams. Lots of characters at ringside Peaky. Always plenty of characters at ringside.
Fitzroy, team of the century, champion half the boxer, Bill Johnston.
There's always plenty of characters at ringside, I'm saying.
Fights in here. Seconds out, round 2.
An exchange program, Stephen, you alluded to. A trunk exchange program.
Not run by Telstra either.
Round 2.
Maloney ending that first round with a bit of a flourish, Troy.
Yes, Stephen, you're absolutely on the ball, as usual.
Maloney's got a very good right hand if he can land.
Good.
As Malata there trying a
Street
nearly
fighting
a
techniques.
wrestling manoeuvre. It nearly was.
Yes.
Oh, Bryce Birtwhistle laying down the law here. Malata gives him a pat on
Pat
the
on the
shoulder
back.
and says, "Bryce, sorry to upset you."
Shades of Charles Bronson in Death Wish 2, that.
Bryce, that upset Bryce.
He was. He
That
was
manoeuvre?
upset. Yeah, very animated.
That was a unwarranted manoeuvre by Malata.
Malata chucking a couple of nice rights.
And that,
Body shot, Luke, body shot.
skipping around now though, Malata.
Interesting weight differential, Stephen, of 4 kgs to Luke Maloney.
Yeah, that could make a lot of difference there because you can see Maloney looks a much bigger
Oh,
man.
nice stinging right.
Even though
from
also he
Luke
might have
Maloney.
steak or pasta before the fight started. He's probably weighing in another 2 or 3 kilos heavier than that at about 79. And Bryce
Caution,
Birtwhistle's
caution
unhappy
again.
with Malata here. And gee whiz, he gave him a lecture then. A big lecture from Bryce Birtwhistle, expert referee here at in the ring.
Shades of the Gettysburg Address there from Bryce.
Yes. Yes. Nearly went as long.
He's definitely got more Tabasco in his punches, Luke Maloney, hasn't he?
He certainly has. He's a stronger, bigger man. This is very hard for Malata. He's a lightly framed middleweight.
And you alluded to that his trunks have been...
Oh, and another stinging right from Maloney. He's getting right on top. The heartbreaker
big
calling
body
out.
shot too.
Finish him.
Around the rib cage there. That would have rocked the ribs.
It rocked the Casbah of one Filet Malata.
Oh.
Couple of stinging big rights to the face. Maloney getting right on top.
Well, he hasn't been in the other position, and now going to the body there, which is nice to mix up your punches. Oh, tried that.
Got him
that
with
a
the left
straight
too,
right,
Maloney.
which,
Maloney mixing them up, Peaky.
Yeah, Malata, look, Maloney telegraphed that the right hand. No, Malata got out of the way. And now Maloney's just biding his time at the moment here. Picking and choosing when he decides to attack, which means he's well on top. Cool hand Luke, as he likes to be called.
He's dictating the dance card at the moment, Maloney.
Oh, yeah, no doubt about that.
Yeah, Maloney
And,
just getting a couple of punches in there that he won't go away.
Oh, he's just waiting for that right hand, that big right hand. That's the one he's looking for.
He's got a bit more power, hasn't he?
Look, I don't know whether or not they're the right tactics. I think that Maloney was on top. He needs to keep the body work and the punches going. There's no need to wait 30 seconds to pick when Malata's head's in the right spot to throw a right hand.
He's just got a little bit more power.
You know, they're boxing. They've got boxing gloves on.
Maloney.
They're not shooting exocet missiles
Yeah,
going
but
around
Maloney
buildings.
is just a little bit stronger.
No doubt about that. But he could be more overpowering if he decided to up the tempo. Punches in bunches, as they say, Stephen. Punches in bunches. Not waiting 30, 40 seconds to land the pristine right hand. The perfect right hand. The one that you would put in the...
Otherwise known as the perfect storm in boxing.
Yeah, well, yes, no doubt.
Do you think a lot of this preamble in between rounds is actually going to go to air, or are we just talking amongst ourselves?
It does go to air. It goes to air. It's in the DVD. Surely you were aware of that. The Victoria Art Gallery doesn't wait 10 years to put the pristine painting into the art gallery. They
coming
put
out
every
cracking, they
painting
come
in
out
there.
smoking
every
in this
painting
round.
that comes along, they might put it in there. You've got to do punches in bunches. I hope that analogy sounded sensible to the listening audience.
Well, not at all, but I do digress.
Tell you what, it's been just a star-studded night of big-time boxing at the Moorabbin Town Hall.
Oh, it's enormous. Luke Maloney must up the tempo, because now Luke would be looking to go up the tempo in these ranks. He would be looking to move forward. He needs to finish off Malata. Yeah, but he needs to up the tempo. This is what we're saying.
He really needs a knockout, doesn't he, Steve?
Well, that would look good on his log card. Yes, yes.
You're big on the logs.
He thinks he's Yogi Bear.
Oh!
Straight into the ref.
Oh,
The ref.
he was there, but Bryce
The
Birtwhistle
ref got in the way.
He got entangled up in that, Bryce.
He did.
And I'm unsure why he moved when he did decide to get involved with that.
Oh, he covered up well. Right.
He did. He
Bryce
nearly,
might have been hitting the canvas.
no, Bryce is resilient as well, though.
Body shot, Luke.
Again, Maloney working over the ribcage in the tangle.
Tough fighters. Good fight again. Another good fight.
Yeah, no doubt about that. I tell you what, Malata's, he may not be landing a lot of leather, but gee whiz, he's a resilient customer. Won't go away,
Yes.
and he's still there, in right
Yes,
in front of Maloney
absolutely.
the whole time. You know, as I said
Puma,
before.
got the Puma shoes on.
Well, you know, I even had a query about those.
A key fight in Luke Maloney's career.
Yeah, this is definitely a landmark fight for him, or a tempo
A step
fight.
up, a big step up for Luke, I've been told by the Heartbreaker.
Yeah,
Good boxing man.
needs to. You know, look, he gives you the impression he could finish this. But,
Yeah, you're right. But then he doesn't follow up with more carnage.
And it's maybe a confidence thing, perhaps. Would it be energy
Yeah,
levels?
possibly energy. He's certainly got the tools of the trade.
Yeah, he has. He holds his arms beautifully.
Well refined. He's spent plenty of hours at the local tattooist. Good
Oh,
one, good
clubbing
right, good
hand on
right. Yeah,
Malata.
that fired him up, and the left to the face. Maloney.
But Malata is not
Hit him
flinching
right
at
on the
this
nose with the
punishment.
big left.
Yeah, and the president of the board has just pointed out to me that the Malata is may have some nostril difficulty.
Here he copped, I called it, Peaky. He copped one right on his nose. Santa's an electrifying night of big-time boxing here at the Moorabbin Town Hall. Give us some of your best, Dennis Committee. No. Xanas is saying no.
Thank you. Seconds out. Round 4.
Yes, he is too. Maloney coming in for the kill here, Xanas.
Yeah, coming in fresh from that rest, Maloney there, and started off in quick succession.
Tell you what, Malata not taking a backward step. I like the boy's courage.
Oh, look, he's a very resilient customer, no doubt about
Copped a
that.
couple of big blows last round. A big left from Maloney, striking Malata right on the nose.
He's a rangy boy from New Zealand, and he's able to handle the
He's
power of Maloney.
rangy and cagey.
He is cagey. That's a good way of describing him.
Thank you.
Clever. And so far, Maloney hasn't really hurt him. And Maloney looking to his corner. His corner's yelling out for him. Keith Ellis Sr.'s in the corner. Best cut man in the business, they say.
He's open, Luke, open.
A lot of advice coming from the crowd.
Yeah. And Malata, I tell you what, Malata.
Oh.
Oh, fixed up there, big right.
Oh, he says, bring it on to
Cool hand,
Maloney, Malata says. And Maloney shakes his head.
Malata absorbing all this carnage too.
Oh, and that...
He doesn't seem too flustered.
Not at all. Well, he called on more of it. He said, give me more, he was saying. If you're able to.
A little bit like you in the bedroom. You like that one, Pete? Yeah, it was good. Some of my best work.
Speechless. Absolutely speechless.
Malata boxing okay.
Oh, the tombola doesn't generally work.
Malata going in.
Not when you telegraph it like that.
He's dishing out a bit of punishment now, Malata.
Yeah, he's poking out that left hand a bit too.
Oh, a big right from Cool Hand Luke.
Clubbing right hand,
A clubbing right hand. Got him with a right.
And we put the headlock on there. Bryce won't
He
have a
did
word
too.
of him about that because you can't put the boy in the headlock and start whacking away at the rib cage
I'd like to put you in a headlock.
and start pounding at the rib cage at the same time. That would be a breach of the rules in my book.
There's no rules in the commentary box.
I do apologise, for the two simpletons sitting either side of me.
An all-action fight, though. We've been blessed with some great fights tonight so far.
Yeah, both boys are using a bit of patience, and that takes skill as well. They're waiting for the opportunities.
No, it's all out war at the moment, Peaky. There's no patience at all.
And they're not just whacking away. They are
whacking away.
There is a little bit of science here, and there's the thought processes are in place. And there goes the bell.
Another good
a
round.
Much better round.
Another
Malata's
tough
best
round of
round
calls,
there.
Annas.
Another tough round of calls.
I squared that round off, gentlemen. I squared it off.
Luke Maloney in the ascendancy.
I'm happy to wear the criticism, but I squared that one off at 10-all that round.
I liked how I asked Xanas for his comments, and Peaky piped up. That's most unlike you, Stephen J.
Double pass to see that great movie. A movie of emotional, not so much a boxing movie, but more about emotions and family.
Stand the man. He loves you. I'm stuck here.
At least this will go 5 seconds if he's on the job. I've never heard of this bloke.
Okay, Noel Sharp brings the news that Carlton beat Richmond by 3 goals. The Blues beat Richmond in the opening game. Seconds out, round 5. Carlton beat Richmond.
Malata charging over. He's boxing like a man possessed. Cool hand Luke dishing it out as well, though. Been a good fight, these two boys. Warriors, Annas.
They're showing respect because they're standing well apart from each other before they deliver leather.
When I say Xanas, I mean Xanas.
While he was collecting his thoughts, I decided to deliver mine, Stephen.
Where do you think I was collecting them from Iceland?
Noel Sharp sending ringside. He's a star of the show. Noel does a great job.
Yeah, I think he's been to the football. I think no.
Tell you what, Malati, just look into his eyes there, Xanas. We're right on ringside here.
Yeah. Look, he's absorbed some punishment, Stephen, and credit to Malata,
Yeah, but look,
really hung in there.
I'd say the punishment hasn't been too severe. It's been more in the shape of half a dozen really heavy punches. But
It's been sporadic.
yeah, it has been sporadic, yes.
And he's
That's
got
a
the
good
plane
adjective.
over from New Zealand. You don't come a long way just to throw in the towel. You've got to give it your best shot.
Oh, well, we could say that about anyone who came into the country.
Well, we probably could, but just go with the flow. I'm trying to paint a picture.
No, you are. No, you're painting a good one too. This boy has adapted to his environment very well here.
We're painting a picture, ladies and gentlemen, and it is from the Moorabbin Town Hall in Melbourne. The place to be at the moment
Yep.
as Malata and Maloney trade blows.
Quality boxing venue here at Moorabbin.
Tell you what, Peter Mattiatis, super promoter, has come up trumps.
He has.
Oh, big right hand there by Maloney.
Oh, again, Maloney. After Malata
The crowd
did...
waiting for it too. The crowd just sort of urging Maloney on.
Yeah. Now, I'll tell you how that all happened. Malata just spent too much time working on the belly of Maloney, and by the time he'd got out, Maloney had delivered a ripping right hand to the head of Malata.
He was using the Buddha technique, massaging the belly.
I think that's the Stephen J. Peake technique too.
We won't go there, but bouncing on his toes, Maloney.
And now getting the headlock working. Nothing much in that at the moment. Oh, Malata coming
Still
in low,
going
but leaving
hard.
his head open. He's going to have to
Yeah.
watch that. Oh,
Yeah, it's
slapping punch to the stomach.
Singing right from Malata.
And again, Maloney tries to repeat the dosage to Malata this time.
He's leaving himself a bit open at the moment, Malata, and Maloney is cashing in.
The boys are just getting a fraction tired, and therefore they're leaving themselves open. When they're delivering leather, their bodies are opening up to receive leather. Leather on leather.
It's just
Leather
the way
to-
you like it.
Enough of what you do in your private life,
Yeah.
Stephen.
Close your curtains, Peaky. Hey, Peaky, we're entertaining you tonight, mate. None of this in between rounds will go to where. Let's go to where? The whole box and dots? I wouldn't have thought so.
Seconds out, sixth and final round.
Let's get ready to rumble, ladies and gentlemen. The final round of a sensational fight today. Malata Maloney, who will prevail? Stephen J. Peake and Stephen Milne in attendance.
Sitting ringside with the one and only Troy Zanazantak, the son of the rascal.
Sixth and final round here, gentlemen.
That's what we're under the impression.
Yes.
Yes. Howard Lee did mention that at the start of this round.
Oh!
Got him! Stung him!
Yeah, but not much power in it,
Maloney.
though. That's the
No,
trouble
no,
with
stung
Maloney.
him, it
And
stung
now
him,
I'm trying to
Peaky.
work, and I had a
Right
discussion
to
at
the face.
ringside here.
It was a glancing blow.
And too many of them have been glancing from Maloney. This is
Stung
why
him,
this
shook him up,
lad
boys.
from New Zealand is still on his feet.
No, it was only glancing, Stephen.
Yeah, but there have been a number of glancing blows from Luke.
Up the
Both
middle,
boys are
up
not
the
delivering
middle,
their
Luke.
power correctly. That's what's happening in this fight.
Been more glances than Larry Gomes.
He's good. The left-handed West Indian middle order batsman.
With a dubious moustache.
Oh, yes.
Nice uppercut there by Maloney.
Yeah, not much power in it though. I'm big on the power, or lack thereof.
That's what your girlfriends tell me.
Oh, see, it's tough in the clinches here tonight. Is it ever?
Tough in the trenches.
Oh, and a slap to the rib cage by Maloney, but both lads here just struggling a bit to deliver the, I suppose,
No, they've run out of puff a
fatal
little
blow.
bit. It's been an all-action fight. We're in the 6th round.
Yeah, they've been slapping away
Energy
a bit.
levels.
I can see where Maloney probably needs a bit of improvement. He's got some skills there. I think he needs a few more fights, though.
He's only a baby, though. Just
Yeah,
7
he's only a
pro
baby.
fights.
Where do
Yeah.
you see the improvement coming from, Stephen? Being the
Straightening up a bit with the punches and delivering more power. He's got to increase the power. He's got to deliver properly. You need to deliver your power. You need to deliver it correctly and accurately. And that's one thing he's not doing here tonight. Boys are getting
He
entangled
ducks
here, but
his head
Bryce.
a little bit, doesn't he? Fearless Feli Milata.
filet mignon.
Yeah, he's got a bit of footwork too, Malata. He's
Some
well skilled,
roundhouses
actually, Malata. He's a
from
pretty
Maloney.
skillful sort of character. He
Yes.
just lacks power.
Footwork like Sir Robin Helpman.
Or Fred Astaire. Depending on your...
Let's hope he doesn't box like Sir Robin. Flurry of punches there.
There's
by
some
Maloney.
blood, though. Blood, he's got a cut on the head,
Bryce
Milata.
Birtwhistle.
That's it. He's got a nasty gash to the head, Milata, Peaky.
Look, Maloney will probably get it, and I've got him ahead, but gee whiz. Malata won't be too far behind.
Malata fought a game fight, Stephen, but Maloney all over the top.
Yeah, but I wasn't impressed by that win, if it was a win. There's plenty of work to do there at the moment.
Was it 4 kgs that come into play there, Stephen?
Zanners.
No doubt the power, the ability of Maloney to take advantage of the weight scenario would have made a lot of difference. But don't take anything away from Malata. As Stephen said before, you fly a long way from New Zealand. You don't come here to fall over at the 11th hour. You come over here to put up a performance, and he's got boxing skill. Now, criticised his boots, but he's obviously comfortable in what looks like a...
criticised most of his entire his trunk, which come into question.
Well, they've got a bit of air conditioning in them, but that's all right.
Don't worry about his attire, worry about his boxing ability.
No
So
doubt
at
about
both
that.
boys,
No doubt
though, look
about
at
that at
both
all.
boys. Sound. They've just gone to war for 6 rounds.
Travis Johnson in the ring, Stephen. He's going to present the medallion
Yes,
to the winner.
to
of
the
this
winning
bout.
boxer. Travis was sitting next to me
Yes,
10 minutes ago and has obviously given me the flick.
That was born
Travis.
beyond
Howard Lee talking to Travis Johnson.
Good on you, Travis. Okay, Melbourne best and fairest player, champion player. Stephen Milne talked to Travis before, as did Troy Zantuck. We'll have a decision. Then what I'll get you to do, Travis, is, have you seen the movie Rocky Balboa yet? You like? Okay, Dean Lapis, Noel Sharp. There's more people in this corner than there is at where? Okay. Put your hands together. There was a bit of bad blood there between Feli and all's fair in love and war. We have a unanimous decision, ladies and gentlemen. Judge Nick Cara has a 60-54. Mark Corrie had the same card, 60-54. Final card, Peter Flaherty, 59-54. All for the winner. The cool hand Luke, red corner Maloney. Travis Johnson, great sportsman. Luke Maloney, congratulations. And a big round of applause for a gallant Feli Malata who comes to Australia regularly. Well done, Feli. Bad luck there. Aussie flag, well done. Luke, there was a bit of bad blood as you shaped up there.
Yeah, he's like that every time he comes here with whoever he fights, but, you know, you just got to remain focused on the job. But a lot of people could say that I should get a bit more angry and, you know, put a bit more in, but you got to do what you got to do to win.
Congratulations. Anybody you'd like to thank tonight, Luke?
Yeah, just like to thank Kenny McFarlane for moving pictures tattooing. He's done all my work. Cafe 3073 in Reservoir. And pretty much everyone from Glenroy and Reservoir, the grubs that have came down to support us. Thank you.
Okay, cool hand Luke Maloney, a big winner here tonight. Thank you, Travis. And Johnny Rombotis is going to make a display of all his merchandise. Four rounds of boxing, it's heavyweight boxing. Your referee in charge of the action, Malcolm Bullner, judges at ringside. Nick Special, Kay Cara, Peter Flaherty and Mark Corrie. Here we go, introducing in the red corner with Bobby Scrivano, former world-rated flyweight, originally from Nigeria, now living in Brunswick via Fitzroy and Sunbury. On the comeback after 8 years in semi-retirement. Fought on a big Stephen Peake show 10 years ago at 94.05 kilograms, black trunks with white trim. Would you welcome Mike Olalekien? Olalekien. And across the ring with Ned Viza-Elger, Michael Dugina and Keith Ellis, his mentors. From East Doncaster, ranked in welter boxing, #1 cruiserweight challenger in Australia. The former Victorian cruiserweight champion at 90.65 kilograms. 15 fights, 10 wins, 8 by knockout. Would you welcome Kosta the Rock Chondros? Malcolm Bullner, your referee.
That tells you what is involved with Kosta Chondros when he fights.
But Olalekien has the X factor here, Stephen.
He's got an X factor and he looks stronger and he's trained by Bobby Scrivano and he may well be possibly a better fighter.
Hasn't been in the ring for 8 years.
No doubt there'll be more ring rust than the Titanic.
Well trained at Doherty's though. Very, very well trained at Doherty's, Peaky.
Yeah, but the other thing is this Kosta Chondros is not regularly active either.
Promises to be a beauty.
In peak physical condition, Olalekien, isn't he?
Olalekien there at the moment, being patient.
An all-action fight.
Yep,
Big hitters.
You know that Kosta, he's got, I think it's the right hand has got the A-bomb in it. Once he lands them, and as Kosta has shown, 8 out of 10 didn't get back up.
And the left hand has the nitrogen bomb.
Yes. He's waiting already, Kosta, for that big punch.
Here he is.
Before he even delivers any.
He's got explosive punching capabilities, evidenced by his 8 knockout wins.
He doesn't fire off any exploratory punches, as Kosta. It's most of it's just waiting
all or
for
nothing.
It's waiting for the big bomb to drop.
I tell you what, he got caught with a big right there.
No damage done though.
Looking good.
Mike Olalekien has a chiselled physique, gentlemen.
From originally from Nigeria and living, Howard Lee said, living in Brunswick, Fitzroy and Sunbury, so a busy boy around town.
Brunswick via Fitzroy and via Brunswick to Sunbury.
Yeah.
Mike just tapping a few left hands into Kosta to let him know he's around.
And you happy with the boxer's attire in this particular fight, Stephen?
Interesting there.
Don't start. Don't wind him up, Zanners.
We'll have a closer look at that in a minute.
Some
now,
nice...
Olalekien working away at the body, hanging on though at the same time, and I think Malcolm Bullman might have a word to him about that.
Yeah.
Chopping him down with the body shots.
You know, holding your man steady while you deliver some poundage. Not quite within the rule book, gentlemen.
Now you've seen Chondros on certain fights, Peaky.
Yes, I've commentated several of Kosta's fights. I fought him dismantled Jimmy Cheetahs a number of years ago. Jimmy was, at that point, went up in body weight to fight Kosta. Oh, nice left hand from Olalekien. Oh, when the headlock comes on.
Yeah, looking for a rest. When that, I was going to say something else. When that headlock comes on, they're looking for a rest.
Yeah.
Olalekien, nice left to the chin of Kosta Chondros.
Down the chin, but no electricity to worry about there, Troy.
No, but jolted Kosta.
It did jolt him.
Yeah, I think he's a little bit...
Whacked him onto the ropes there too.
Yeah, he'll be all right. Nothing wrong with Kosta. A little bit...
Olalekien first round for 8 years, Peaky. I reckon he should be
just
pretty
made him a little bit
satisfied with
alert, that one. Yeah, look, probably Olalekien won that round, I think, just. There wasn't a great deal of work done by either of them, but Olalekien got through the quality leather.
And the crowd really starting to rev up here, Peaky.
Yes, they're starting to sense something here, I think. It's a 4x3, so you can't get too far behind on points at a fight like this. You've got to stay with the game.
Stan the man Longinidis in town.
Yes, Stan the man.
He was blowing kisses to Troy Zantuck 5 minutes ago.
Was he? Stan will be. I'll be commentating with Stan at the Power Play Gymnasium Joe Nader show in the Croxton Park on the 15th of
Is he commentating
April.
with you, or are you commentating with him?
I'm commentating with Stan the man. Yeah, always
Eric Solak here. He was up in the ring before.
I always bow to the champion.
Great kickboxing promoter, Tarek Solak,
yes.
the Heartbreaker, one of his big
International
fans.
kickboxing promoter, Tarek.
Powerful punching there from Olalekien there, Zanners.
Built like Adonis, Olalekien.
Isn't he?
He gets a rush of blood, doesn't he? A bit Olalekien at times, where he hangs on and punches, or he just doesn't worry about the rules a great deal. Just gets the leather working big time.
You're saying he's flouting the rules of boxing, are you?
No, not deliberately. He just gets himself. He gets into a zone. He gets into his own zone. That's what he gets into.
It's called the Olalekien zone.
It is.
Plenty of cylinders in the engines for both these boys.
Yeah. Kosta at the moment needs to do a bit more work on Olalekien. You know, fairly significant weight differential too on these boys. Oh, Olalekien did catch Kosta with a left of the jaw, I think it was. They're in close. Olalekien is pushing forward on Kosta Chondros. Sort of pushing forward. I don't know whether or not that was warranted. Oh, now Kosta Chondros has got a cut on the left eye. I don't know whether that came from a punch or how that happened, that cut. But there's some blood trickling from it.
Olalekien.
To the side of the left eye of
He's a
Chondros.
surprise packet, Olalekien.
I don't know whether or not that wrestling was required.
Yes, was the Greco-Roman hold from Olalekien.
Yeah, it was clumsy though, Troy. It was a clumsy situation all round.
Landing some, absolutely, both boys landing some big blows at this very moment.
And that cut could be significant in how it landed too.
Copped it. Olalekien has thrown a big right.
Oh, Kosta got a couple of nice punches through the guard of Olalekien just to let him know he's around.
He's been rattled though, Chondros.
Olalekien zeroing in on that cut. Zeroing in.
The hard yards, not taking a backward step. Olalekien, a magnificent comeback. 8 years out of the ring.
Oh, a slapping left from Olalekien did no damage though.
They're throwing some big punches, Stephen J.
Yes. When he's in the position to do it, although he's... Olalekien very open here for Kosta. If Kosta can deliver some artillery here, because he's just ever so slightly dropped those gloves down a bit, Mike. He's in the black trunks with white piping, thin white piping on the side of the trunks. Olalekien I'm talking about.
A big one there by Chondros.
Big punches being thrown.
Chondros is warming to his task here, I think.
They're both concentrating on the watermelon.
Chondros, at least that blood isn't causing him any trouble, but he's got a massive mouse starting to grow underneath his right eye, Chondros. A massive mouse growing ever so slowly there that might find itself, well, you wouldn't want to see that eye close. It won't be enough time for that to be a concern, but by golly, the ice packs will be on that cheekbone tonight. You can bet on that.
The ring girl's got a couple of nice mouses too.
In all the right places.
Simmons is going to come up to this bout. Thank you, Rick. Big great support for your family. Simmons name. Seconds as we approach round 3. High-class action.
High-class action, it is too. Yeah.
Round 3.
Don't turn it down. You'll be putting this on. Jeez, they're going at it, Zanners.
Yeah.
No backward steps tonight. The whole show's been action-packed.
A test of endurance, Stephen.
Yes, test of fitness. Particularly with Olalekien, hasn't been in the ring for 8 years. We'll just see how he goes. But has been training like an absolute star at Doherty's, and they're under Bobby Schiavano, and Bobby, one of the best in the business.
Yep. Who's he sparring down there with, Stephen?
Jumps in with anybody, Peaky.
Max Schmeling.
With the hardest
Gee, we have to dig him up to get him in there. But,
Exhumed.
What's anybody? Does he wait for them to turn up?
No, he's not scared of the hard stuff, Chondros.
Olalekien coming in on Chondros. He's resilient. Don't you worry about Kosta.
Kosta Chondros.
And resilient count, Stephen J. Peake has said resilient 173 times so far tonight.
Well, that's been
tough fight to call at this stage, Stephen J.
Very tough fight to call because Chondros is holding his own in the ring. Holding his ground. He's wearing a pair of black waterproof style trunks, I might say.
What do you think? He's Aquaman. Waterproof trunks in a boxing ring. Now I've heard everything. Oh, magnificent left hand there by Chondros.
Thing. Oh, yes.
He did too, yeah.
Olaken's esophagus, you've got to be kidding me.
Oh, spot on it was. Oh, just
Trading
slapping
blows.
it right there to the midsection as well from Chondros. Now, Olalekien there gasping for breath as well. And that Keith Ellis yelling instructions at Chondros.
I think the conditioning of Olalekien could come into play, Stephen.
Chondros
I'm
into
thinking
another
the same
gear,
thing at
boys.
the moment.
He's really taking this fight to another level.
Oh, and the clash of legs there more than so than anything when Chondros came in with the right hand and Olalekien jumped down. He jumped into him and...
It was like the synchronised swimming, wasn't it? A clash of legs.
Clash of
Pronounced
shin
the
bones.
Nigerian surname on 7 different...
Oh, uppercut from the Chondros had Olaken's neck going back.
Yeah, I thought it might have been the left disc in the vertebrae there, but...
well, I'll give you a whiplash claim at the TAC.
Has Olalekien spent his petrol tickets, Peaky?
Oh!
Another
That's a heavy
punch
punch.
from Chondros. That landed on the, I think, the solar plexus or sternum of Olalekien.
Plenty of Dijon mustard in those punches, Stephen.
No doubt about that. That's the end of
Tough
round
nut,
3.
Chondros, tough nut.
That was a Chondros round, that.
This fight just going up.
Another level.
Another pig.
whole night's been good, and I have them square on my unofficial card at this point of the fight.
I tell you what,
a
this
square
girl,
ball game.
She's the favourite. She is dead set the crowd favourite.
Here as we
I
speak.
got her autograph earlier in the night, Peaky.
Lovely aqua dress on that young lass too, I might add.
It's figure hugging. It's hugs all parts of the figure magnificently, Stephen.
Yes, they've got a special word for those dresses, and I can't remember. It's a sheath, I think.
A sheath.
Sheath. That's what the fashion aficionados would call it.
She's featured in the calendar given out to a lot of the patrons tonight, Peaky. You've got a couple on your bedroom wall. Olalekien, I like his style, but Chondros just getting on top towards the end of that last round. Troy.
This is going to come down to a two-word situation, aerobic capacity.
Aerobic capacity, hit that nail on the head there, Stephen J.
Oh,
who are you liking at the moment?
Balna tapping Olalekien on the back like the postman there.
I'll tap you on the back.
Chondra's trying to work downstairs and tie Olalekien up at the same time.
It's actually Olalekien.
Right there from Olalekien. Powerful, powerfully built, and there's some power in those
punches. Turn from Olalekien found the mark. But Chondros didn't take one step back and is still boxing away. He's a brave, brilliant fighter, Kosta Chondros.
There's a little bit of a flamboyance about Olalekien. He's a real crowd favorite.
Oh! Oh! A massive right hand!
The lights have gone!
Kosta Chondros!
About that right hand of Chondros.
You beauty!
That's 9 out of 11 now for Chondros, if you don't mind, umpire.
Pandemonium's broken loose at the Moorabbin Town Hall, Stephen. Oh! Olalekien in Disneyland.
Absolute right hand. And
just a cracker
out of the fight. Watch that right hand. It's got an A-bomb in it. You can play the replay of the whole commentary and you'll hear me say it. He doesn't like to muck around. He doesn't like to prognosticate. He doesn't like to pontificate in a boxing ring, Kosta Chondros.
What a thunderous right hand that by Kosta Chondros.
And you know that he's not interested in doing exploratory surgery in the ring either. What he wants to do is drop an A-bomb on his opponent.
He delivered a big rock.
And we heard the thunderous collapse of Olalekien into the ring.
Olalekien's eyeballs were spinning.
He dropped Hiroshima and Nagasaki at the same time, Stephen.
No doubt about that. The lad's back on his feet. A big man to drop. Don't forget you're talking about a man who's probably weighing, after last night's dinner, probably weighing about 96, 97 kilograms to a man who's probably come in at about 91 or 2.
Keith Ellis, the trainer.
But
the trainer of the century. Delighted, thrilled.
Performance by Keith. And this man always knows that when he's put in that position, he can do a lot of damage.
He really come from the clouds, didn't he?
It'd be fantastic if
both fighters embracing. I'd love to see that.
Fantastic sportsmanship.
Great sportsmanship.
You'd love to see this man get a bit of sponsorship, a little bit of sponsorship or something to help him economically so he could box full time.
Absolutely.
But see that man box full time. He's a potential Australian cruiserweight champion. Maybe a fight overseas. Who knows?
Well, Howard Lee introduced him as the #1 cruiserweight challenger in Australia.
He is.
So he's still got so much to look forward to.
He's knocked over Olalekien in comprehensive style. He has to be looking at the national title. Has to be.
Thunderous right from Chondros.
Ladies and gentlemen, 1 minute into the fourth and final round. It took one big right hand for Kosta the Rock Chondros. Kosta come across. Keith Ellis, I heard the call. Look towards the camera there, Kosta. Yeah, he said a big right hand and then you threw it.
Yeah, started to listen towards the end. Could have helped if I listened earlier, but never mind, been a year out of it and strong opponent, so awkward. It was awkward, but it was good.
Kosta, I just checked the scorecards with the board members, was almost even Stephen going into that last round. Did you feel it was close?
Very close. Very close, maybe leading towards the red, so had to do something. Yeah. I have to thank All my sponsors, Advanced Fire Doors, High Rise Carpentry, JZ Lee, all the boys are here. I have to thank my corner, Ned, Mick, Keith. Done a lot. They've all done too much for me. Without them, I'd be nowhere. And I've got to thank my family, all my friends, everyone who helps me. Thank you.
Kosta Chandra, it's a big win here tonight. And here's your medallion. Red go.
'Cause promotion. I mean what I speak, I do as I say. I hustle, I grind, don't get in my way. I'm pimping my hoes, I'm jacking my foes. I spit at police, conduct my P.O.
Six rounds of boxing, international light heavyweight. Fight 6, Peter Maniatis Promotions. Judges at ringside, Mark Corey, Nick Cara, Malcolm Bullner under the 10-point mass system. Your referee in charge of the action, the man in total black, Bryce Birtwistle. Here we go, introducing first in the blue corner with Bob Clare, Darren and John Miller in the corner. Born in Mount Isa, Queensland, therefore he's an Aussie. Now resident Auckland, New Zealand, fondly known as the Golden Boy or Pistol Paz. At 76.45 kilograms, red trunks with white trim. He fought a great battle on the Mundine Solomon undercard in Sydney town. 14 professional fights. Would you welcome back to Melbourne, Paz Veijo. Paz Veijo, Australia, New Zealand. And across the ring, managed by Peter Maniatis, part of the Tarneet Destruction team. He is an OBA champion. He is a Victorian champion. Ladies and gentlemen from Melbourne's Western region, would you welcome the number 10 ranked light heavyweight in Australia at 78.95 kilograms, also wearing black trunks tonight. Would you welcome Two Guns, John Walker. Walker. It's all yours, Bryce. Here we go. Thank you, Vern Stewart. And his footy shorts, his boxer shorts.
Before, and he's a strong, tough customer. Had a defeat by Sean Connell last year.
And also a defeat to Tiger Tim Bell, but he's building an imposing record, Stephen. Johnny Walker.
When you take those two fights out, he's got an excellent record, and he's a good up-and-coming boy.
And as you alluded to in our previous bout, Kosta Chonros, a tremendous right hand. Well, this man, Johnny Walker, he has an absolute lightning right hand.
Yep, he's a strong, tough boy.
You're a big fan of Johnny Walker's.
I am.
Watch
He's
out.
a spirited fighter.
Watch out for the overhand right by Walker.
I'm a big fan of John.
Yeah.
Massive fan. John Walker's wearing the black trunks with
He's
an
a spirited fighter, Peaky.
embossment on his waistband and other advertising brochures that are embossed on the bottom part of the trunks.
Yeah. And he's fighting out of the red corner tonight, so that'll be Johnny Walker red.
What about his style?
His style?
He crouches down, doesn't he?
He just crouched down a little bit, but he's just at the moment, he's just finding his way there, Johnny. Just seeing where Paz is at. Paz at
Pistol Paz, if you don't mind.
Pistol Paz, yeah, well, he's got the 6 guns out at the moment, Pistol Paz.
It's an interesting showdown, isn't it? 2 guns against Pistol Paz.
I'll tell you
there's
one
a lot
thing,
of
Johnny
armoury in there.
Johnny Walker's got plenty of sponsorship. Have a look at those trunks.
Yeah, I just
The
alluded to
embroidery.
that, Stephen, a moment ago, the advertising on the lower portion of the trunk.
It's,
Well, now Paz here looking somewhat nervous.
It's got more
at the
embroidery than an out-of-control Genome sewing machine on those pants.
For our viewers, Paz is wearing the red trunks with white pipings and Tyrant embossment on the midsection. And now Walker tries to back Veijo into that blue corner. Veijo's trying to drop some body shots into Walker as Walker slaps a couple of punches into Veijo. Veijo has the... he's got some nervous type movements, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Mundine and Solomon Zanners.
He did, Stephen. Absolutely correct.
Very wary fighter, Veijo.
Yeah.
The way he goes about his business.
Very similar to Jaws and with Roy Scheider and Robert Shaw. And John Walker.
Who does he remind you of?
John Walker, Jaws at the moment. And Paz Veijo, Richard Dreyfuss.
A bit of power in that right from Johnny Walker.
Yeah.
Didn't connect 100%, but he means business.
Yeah.
Veijo managed to hold his ground there. And
they managed to get through that round unscathed.
I think you might see Johnny Walker up the tempo a bit more in round 2. This is a 6x2 minute round, Stoush. Actually gave that round square because I thought Veijo did a reasonable amount of work in close, and Johnny, although he had the a couple of nice combinations, there wasn't a great deal of leather thrown. And,
I couldn't disagree with you more. Walker clearly won that round.
No, I gave it square.
Veijo was throwing and not connecting. What are you talking about? You're absolutely out of your mind if you thought that round was square.
I thought Veijo did a little bit of work underneath.
Paz throwing plenty of punches, but not landing too many. Johnny Walker moving in for the kill, maybe.
Veijo was busy underneath again, though, with that right hand.
He's got more nicknames than...
Veijo, sorry.
Yeah, the Tasmanian Devil, we believe.
I'm cultivating his names together there, but it's...
You're butchering his name. Well, nice exchange there. Yeah.
Nice right hand from Walker then.
Yeah.
And tried to follow up with a chasing body shot to the stomach.
Yeah, Walker.
And, a shoelace problem pointed out by our astute president.
Yeah, the Lord of the Ring, Bernard Barmer. The left everlast boxing shoe of John Walker has unravelled.
Footwear difficulties here at the moment with the left shoe. He's
so we need.
Yeah, and I'm
very
surprised.
Very dangerous.
Another lad here wearing the low cut boxing shoe.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, not being a boxing proponent in the ring myself.
No, but Mike Tyson wore the low cuts.
Here we go again, boys.
No Achilles tendon support there.
No, Veijo in the Peter Hudson's. He's got the ankles. Yeah. You're about 40 years off. Oh, Walker stalking.
Left and right combinations.
Veijo.
Hunting him down, yes. Hunting him down.
Trying to take the fight up to John at the moment.
Yeah.
John,
bang, bang, bang.
Body shots from John Walker there, but has it caused Veijo to wince? I don't think so.
The Tasmanian Devil, how do you see it so far, Stephen?
Well, look, Johnny's started to up the tempo, but he hasn't hurt Veijo at this point of the fight.
Yeah. He's looking for the slobber knocker right hand, Walker, isn't he? He's zeroing in.
Oh, the right hand, gee whiz, if that have landed.
Boys, we're sitting in prime seating here.
Veijo's head would have landed on top of me if Walker's right hand had connected.
It would have been beheaded, Stephen. The guillotine.
Oh, big cracking body shot from Johnny Walker.
Looking for the Henry VIII move, John Walker.
Cop one. Yeah. Veijo copped.
And threw again with the right hand on John. John's not happy with that. And John just...
Contempt.
Has a look at the Veijo on the way through. For a minute there, I thought he was going to just...
And how did you score that round, Stephen? Was that even, was it?
Probably Walker.
Yeah. Probably Walker.
But he's got to up the tempo.
You are out of your mind.
And
probably Walker.
Veijo just going through some instructions with Bobby Clare, his legendary trainer, Bobby Clare, one of the best brains in the business, Annas.
Oh, look, I think Stephen likes the Tasmanian Devils. Fortitude.
What it is that he is managing to land some leather, even though it's not hard leather. He's getting through. He landed a couple of nice shots on Johnny then. Johnny won the round, but John needs to up the tempo. If he's going to go further, he has to be working harder on a guy like Veijo.
Yeah, I do agree with that. Do agree with that.
And I think the boys over there now, Dave and co in the corner, will be telling John to up his work ratio. It is the ratio that's important. And John will need to work harder here to start to cut Veijo's territory off here. Veijo is a good user of the ring.
He does. He uses parts of the ring that haven't been explored as yet.
He does. He certainly does. It's a big ring.
Vasco da Gama would have trouble exploring the regions that Paz Veijo's been to.
But that's what now John has to do. John's got to realise that, and he's got to start to cut off some angles.
Yes.
And Veijo
He's sort of getting under Johnny's skin here. It's not all going according to plan
He's
for Johnny Walker.
he's
niggling him. It's
because
niggling
you've got a
him.
man who's just trying to come in and drop some jabs, some body shots, and then move quickly away. And John needs to block this guy off in a corner.
He's a busy little fighter, Veijo,
Busy.
isn't he?
He's very busy.
And evasive.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, Stephen. What you
He's
constantly on the move.
He's industrious.
didn't realise before that the judges give points for punches.
Points for punches. A new concept in boxing.
But you were decrying the man a moment ago. But he's been landing some leather.
Missed, though, Johnny Walker.
Not as hard as John, I admit that. But still landing leather. John needs to cut off the corners of this man.
He's on the back foot there, Veijo. Johnny Walker
I've
working the body.
I've got to say the Tasmanian Devil ducks very well, Stephen. Very good evasive skills.
Elusive skills.
Yeah.
Very elusive. Good lateral movement on the man, as you can see.
Oh,
Johnny
cracking
caught him
right.
coming out of that. And,
cracking right from Johnny Walker there.
Yeah, fantastic.
Sooner or later, you're going to find that Walker is going to see in advance exactly which way Paz is going to move, right? Paz Veijo. When he does, Walker's there with that, as you just saw, with that big right hand. And he was able to deliver that and catch him hard with it. Now, if he can manage to do that more regularly,
and Johnny
the rest
Walker,
of the fight,
Johnny Walker just a lot more power in his punches. Every time he connects, it's points for punches, Peaky.
It is, but the other man might be a softer punching proponent of the sport, but he's also landing some leather. So what you've got to, this is what you've got to do the math.
Yes.
This is what you've got to do now.
Yes.
It's the math.
Yes. You got your
Is it
calculator.
The number of punches that are not as powerful, or is it the smaller range of punches which are super powerful, but from Walker? That's what you've got to look at.
There are times when you talk and all I hear is blah, 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 blah.
That was an album by Iggy Pop. Johnny Walker now coming in on Veijo.
See, Veijo will get some punches in. He got one in there, but there's no power.
Pistol Paz still got some...
he needs to have a chat to the SEC, Stephen. He needs to find some power in those punches, the Tasmanian Devil.
He does.
There's still some gunshot left in the gun for the Pistol Paz at this point of the fight.
It's all about entertaining, Peaky.
Look at the eyeballs of John Walker zeroing in on Paz Veijo.
Oh, look at the dexterous skills of Veijo. The elusiveness of the man. I don't think you're taking that into account, that he's avoiding a lot of pain and punishment because he can get away.
He scampers away. He's like a rabbit.
He's harder to find than Osama bin Laden, Veijo. Oh, there he was.
Oh, I think the...
I've spoken too soon.
I think
the
he's
just hanging on.
On the mountaintop
Survival
that you
mode
were
there
talking
for
about.
Veijo.
Hasn't taken any harm out of that entourage.
Oh, boy.
Johnny's racking up the points, though, Peaky.
Well, it could be. This is the thing, is that I can't get into the minds of the judges.
And aren't they happy about that?
By the end of the night, can you agree me just once? Stephen
Oh,
J.
vicious right hand from John would have put the Pascalator up on the roof.
Going in for the kill, Johnny. You can smell it.
And that he's stalking him.
He's covered.
John.
Oh, that's a nice
big
left
left.
hand there by
Nice left.
Walker.
Paz knows that if he gets hit with one of those right hands,
It's
that could be
thank-
good night, nurse.
Night, Irene.
Yeah, nurse or Irene.
One's a walker and one's a runner.
He's good. Bernie the attorney.
Can you take over that microphone?
Cleavage alert. Cleavage alert.
Elusiveness is. You got to remember, this boxing's not just about someone walking in there and going whack, whack, whack.
Cares about the elusiveness. Have a look at the cleavage. Tonight's, there's a bit of everything about tonight, Peaky.
You're rude.
She's got a, do you know what she's got? She's got a couple of Stephen J. Peaks.
Look, the Pascalator needs. What he is, he's elusive. He needs to get a bit more power in his punching to have a bigger effect. And at the moment,
I got
not able to do
got that nice little girl to sign mine.
That is
I've
the
got her
worry for
autograph.
him. But he hasn't been damaged.
You sum it up so succinctly there, Stephen.
Round 5.
Round
we're in now.
5.
Johnny Walker coming in for the kill.
An interesting boxing style, Paz Veijo. Holds the hands very low, Stephen.
Looking
Yes.
to work a couple of heavy combinations, John Walker.
Found the gloves of Veijo then, Johnny. As Johnny comes in now, he's looking for an opportunity. He's got to get through the not only the leather of Veijo, but he's got to catch him. Now he's got to work out which way he's going to move.
Hit him on the top of the head.
He uses the Onka Paringa move. He covers up quite well, Paz Veijo.
He throws his gloves around, doesn't he?
Oh!
And I thought you were going to refer to the spring in the
I
man.
thought it
as
was
well.
Mikhail Baryshnikov there just for a moment.
Shannon Baringa, I thought you were referring to the spring in the man.
Oh, nice right hand there by John
Hand
Walker.
On top of the head by Walker. Massive punch.
He stamped his authority on this fight.
Absolutely.
I think Veijo felt that.
Heavy
he certainly felt
leather.
that.
Landing plenty of it, Johnny Walker. Troy.
Veijo's temple rattled as Walker delivered a withering blow.
Yeah, that was a cruncher, that on the top of the scone. Johnny looking for another opportunity here now. Needs to box him into that corner. He's got to keep him here and he's got to work on the body. Unfortunately, not to be the case this time.
He just throws those gloves around, doesn't he, Xanas? As he sort of...
Oh!
Veijo slipped and caught a right hand
Yep.
from Walker that was aimed for the body. He actually wore it
Yeah,
on the
he
jaw.
slipped. You're
Yeah.
right. Spot on there,
He slipped
Peaky.
into the body punch. He slipped the jaw into the punch.
Hit
One
him,
of the very few times you've got it right tonight.
hit him flush on the Dick Tracy on that occasion. Right on the jawbone of Paz, the Tasmanian Devil, Veijo.
And there's the bell that ends round 5.
Comedy capers at ringside. Stephen J. Puke.
And how do you see the fight so far, Stephen?
Oh, look, Walker's in front. We know that. We're aware of that. We would say at this point of the fight, although, as I say, as to what the scoring parameters are, I'm not too sure with the judges.
This girl here is the crowd favourite, Peaky.
Yes, no doubt about that.
Is she wearing underwear?
So I mentioned before, for those who are not aware of the lady's haute couture, she's actually wearing what's called a sheath. That's a sheath.
I don't think she's wearing
It's
anything.
not a dress, it's a sheath.
Is she wearing underwear?
Look, far be it for me to start discussing those issues on the
I don't
video
think she is.
DVD. All we
I
know
do
is
not
that at
think
the
that
moment,
woman's wearing
Walker,
underwear.
The sixth,
possibly
the,
on
the final round, Stephen. How do you see it?
final round.
Who's going to take this?
Look,
It'll take a miracle for Paz Veijo.
yeah, look, you couldn't see him escaping this result at this point in time unless something unusual happened. But Walker's now got the ability here. He's stacked up the points more than likely. Unofficially here, of course, he can see the chance to see if he can get
Has
a
chucked
knockout.
a couple of big ones in this last round.
Yeah, he's starting to feel more confident with himself. I've got the feeling that Walker gets better as the fight goes on.
Looking much stronger though, John Walker.
He
Much
needs an
stronger.
8-10 rounder, more so than just a 6-rounder. Veijo there slipping, and Walker throws the big right. He had that earmarked. He telegraphed it a bit. Veijo was able to get out of
He's
the way.
very, very courageous,
Walker's
Veijo.
trying to stalk him into a corner so he can land some heavy artillery at the moment. He's saying, come on, fight me, son.
Yes, big rights here.
Oh,
He's
he's come on with it.
He's taunting
Paz.
him. He's taunted him. Come and hit me. Come and hit me.
He's trying to rev up the Pascalator to move in.
Johnny Walker. His career is just taking off.
Trying to get Pistol Paz to shoot some artillery.
He was taunting him there, Peaky.
Yeah, well, he's saying, get the 6 guns out, son. Come on. You're going to whistle Dixie. Stand there and whistle Dixie. You're going to pull those pistols.
What am I?
That's what he's saying.
It's just Clint Eastwood sitting next to me, is it? Whistling Dixie.
Oh, another left hand
He
caught
nearly landed in your lap there.
the Pascalator on the
Tanners.
jaw. Wasn't a hard punch, though. It was a glancing blow. That was harder.
Big day in the office for the devil.
A big day in the office for Veijo. He'll know he's alive.
He's done.
Walker, look at him bearing down on him.
Veijo's done more laps than Craig Mottram tonight. He's really covered some territory.
Starting to tire, Troy.
Oh, there's a big body shot.
Thunderous right.
Oh, and Bryce Birtwistle is warning
Doesn't
John.
like him pointing at him. Cut it out, he said.
Ooh.
Veijo.
Yeah.
Cut it out.
What did Paz say, though, to the referee? I'm all right, or...
But Paz came.
Well, there it is.
Survived that.
Fight, boys.
Big effort.
Paz Veijo. 10 out of 10 for courage. John Walker. Another one in the bag.
Oh, big
Johnny
points that you'd
Walker.
expect for Walker in that scenario.
And the John Walker juggernaut continues,
Yes,
Stephen Milne.
absolutely. Veijo, courageous.
Courageous.
Didn't take a backward step, but Johnny Walker just powerful from the outset. Johnny Walker, a big win in his last
Yep.
fight. The Moorabbin Town Hall was a title fight, and his career is just starting to explode.
I gave him a 60-55 victory there to Walker. Okay, but one thing is this. You've got to give a fighter like Paz Veijo a bit of credit, because those sort of blokes in the sport needs them. They're honest to goodness fighters. They put the body on the line.
Enormous tenacity from Veijo.
Well, he may
Enormous
well have used a lot
tenacity.
of the ring, and he's elusive, used a lot of lateral movement, but very important for the fight game that men like Paz Veijo get to fight.
Now, Peaky, Johnny Walker, where can he take his career? How far can he get?
I think
It's an exciting time for him.
I think John needs I'd say a couple of 8-rounders. He gets better as the fight goes on. You could see him.
He does,
He
you're
got
right,
angry.
yes.
He started to get angry.
Yeah, and
Yeah, it did.
taunted him.
Yeah,
But-
5th and 6th rounds.
I think he fights better when he's angry.
He needs to get angry, but it takes him 4 or 5 rounds to get angry.
Walker
that's
fights
what we saw
better
here.
with a fighter who will stand up with him and go toe-to-toe. Veijo, very awkward. Very hard to tag.
I think
Forget about
Peaky's,
that, Troy. But the good thing about it is he was able to have an easy victory with a man like that, which is great to see.
But Walker
And,
works
he did a
himself
great
into
job,
fights.
Johnny.
He works himself into fights.
He does work himself into them, gets angry, which is important probably psychologically for him to get angry.
Ladies and gentlemen, our judges at ringside had it this way. Thank you, Damien. Judge Nick Cara and Mark Corey both had it 60-54. The biggest margin was by Malcolm Bullner. He had it 60-50. All for the winner. 2 guns, John Walker.
Man,
Walker.
I got this, yeah.
On you, Bob.
Can't be touched, can't be stopped, can't be moved, can't be
Well done, Paz. He showed a great showmanship. Paz Veijo. Big round of applause for this man. He showed great artful dodge work. He did. We're going to talk to Johnny Walker, and then Peter Maniatis will come up and thank you for being such a great crowd. Lots more to come. Dug away. Sunday night fights. How about 3 cheers for John Walker? Hip hip. Hip hip. Hip hip. John come across. Is he the most elusive man you've ever met in the ring?
He was definitely hard to hit, that's for sure. Definitely hard to catch, but more respect to Paz for taking the fight. We had another fight, but he pulled out, and we got Paz at late notice. So thanks, Paz. I'd just like to thank a few of my sponsors: Men and Motion Clothing. Thanks a lot. HT Hydraulics, Westham's Thermal Solutions. Thanks, Steve. And everyone else that supports me, my family, Rochelle, everyone else. And thanks, Paz, again for fighting. And my team, Tarneet, Woody, Steve, and Dave. Thanks.
John Walker, good on you, John. Johnny Walker continues his run, ranked number 10 in Australia. Sorry, John. Coming up next, and then our main event, John Claude from Malawi via the Congo against Shannon the Man McMahon. Stephen Peake says it's fire alarm, but... Ladies and gentlemen, wins 65 by knockout. 8 times world heavyweight, super heavyweight kickboxing champion. The original man, Stan the Man. Come on down, Stan. Stan, a great atmosphere here tonight.
Fantastic to see everyone come tonight. To all the promoters out there, Peter Magnatis, Joe Nader, of course, the super promoter Tarek Solak. There are fans out here starving for good shows, and it's great to see everyone here tonight. Let's put on some big shows and create some new stars. Thank you very much. Great to have everyone here tonight. Good on you.
Ladies and gentlemen, when the bell tolls, your man in charge of the action, Mr. Bryce Birdwhistle. Bryce, would you explain what's going to unfold here tonight?
Okay, tonight we'll be fighting modified oriental rules. It requires knees to the body only, not to the head. Minimal grappling. It's not like Muay Thai where they can just keep grappling. There's no throwdowns, and spinning back fists are permitted.
Thank you, Bryce. 5 by 2 minutes, oriental super heavyweight fight. Introducing first in the blue corner, all the way, ladies and gentlemen, from Auckland, New Zealand. He weighing in at an even 105 kilograms. A fight record of 13 bouts, 10 wins, 7 by knockout. He is a former national Roman Greco wrestling champion. They call him TNT, with red trunks with a touch of gold and black. Would you welcome TNT, Charlie Zammit, New Zealand. And across the ring in the red corner from Blackburn, Victoria, he weighed in at a solid 98 kilograms. Unbeaten in 8 bouts, 4 by knockout. He is the K1 Osaka Dome Super Fighter winner, training out of the Definition Fitness Center in East Doncaster, with Dimitri, Jim, and Nick Tatoris in the corner. And brother mentor, Stan the Man at ringside. Put your hands together for kickboxing's most famous surname, still headlining after 20 years. Please welcome the Iron Lion, George Longinidis. Here we go.
105. Open your ears.
Already the championship belt here at ringside, and also Mr. Joe Mansour will present.
South Pacific title up for grabs here, Peaky.
Yep. Yes. There's a lot of ringside abuse coming our way here at the moment.
The ISCA South Pacific title up for grabs, Stephen.
Yes.
Semi-main event.
Semi-main event.
A big organisation in K1.
Iron Lion
Kickboxing.
versus TNT.
Yes, and Iron, you were expecting in this instance is going to come out on top. Hang on, we've got the national anthem, I think.
Standing for the national anthem.
Australians, all let us rejoice, for we are young and free, with golden soil and wealth for toil. Our home is good by sea. Our land abounds in nature's gifts of beauty, rich and rare. In history's stage, let every stage advance Australia fair. In joyful strains, and let us sing, advance Australia fair. Thank you.
Thank you, Crystal.
Voice of an angel, Crystal. Magnificent rendition of Waltzing Matilda.
Waltzing Matilda. Now, Peaky, are you electrified? Are you fired up?
Are you on your toes for this bout, Stephen? The question.
Well, don't worry about that. I'm sitting down, but I'm enjoying
Here
myself
we go, the Iron Lion.
Versus TNT, Charlie Zammit.
As we heard before, weighing in at a 105 kilogram level, and Iron Lion Longinidis at about 98. Iron Lion hasn't not bucking around here at all. Came in hard, but Zammit now flying away at the midsection there of Longinidis in the corner, in the red corner, and Bryce Pertwhistle having discussions with Zammit. Inside kick from Longinidis. Oh, beautiful leg extension there from Longinidis there.
He was stunned, though. He's been stunned by TNT.
I know he was stunned, wasn't it? More of a
It was an explosive move there by Charlie Zammit.
Electricity running through the leg or something there, I think. Oh, slapping punch on the sternum of Zammit, and a knee in there just to let him know he's around. And so Iron Mike, he's getting ready for that knee drop into the midsection, I'd say.
TNT, I tell you what,
Watch
TNT
that knee come up.
the
There
ribs.
it goes again.
TNT pounding the ribs there.
Working downstairs.
Yeah, Iron Lion trying to work the knee in.
Famous name, most famous name in Australian kickboxing, Longinidis.
Yeah, it has the Japanese-style trunks there with the adornments.
The adornments.
Oh, big kick, Longinidis.
Devastating kick by the Iron Lion. Oh!
Zammit's in big trouble here as Iron Lion works him over.
Early finish.
Like a proverbial seagull after a hot chip, he was then, Iron Lion.
Zammit seeing more stars than the Melbourne Planetarium at the moment.
Oh, boy.
Kick.
And I'll tell you what, that right leg action is a pure stand-the-man Longinidis Sam Greco-style leg kicking. That. Oh, a wicked right hand. He was trying to put the head in the rafters. Working away. Again at the Zammit, just trying to eat thumping right hand into the head region of Zammit. Zammit's not defending himself. He'll push him into the neutral corner, put a standing 8 count on the lad. Zammit now in the neutral corner collecting his thoughts.
Oh, I tell you, what very impressive start by the
Bryce Pertwhistle having a
Lion.
conversation with him while he's doing the count.
TNT, explosive.
And there was the end of round one. Iron Lion was looking for the first round KO there.
He was, and the bell went, and he was unimpressed.
And being consoled by Nick Tatoris as if he has to be at this point, because he's certainly well on top. He nearly ended it then and there. You couldn't see this fight going another round.
And good to see Nick Tatoris still involved, Troy.
Absolutely.
He enjoyed a star-studded career, one of an absolute champion guy.
Nick the Terror Tatoris in the Iron Lion's corner.
Didn't he
TNT,
terrorise them?
unfortunately, he's left his fuse box at home, I think.
Yes, he has. Working beautifully there, Stephen J. Puke.
Ranked number 8 in the world at one stage, the Terror, Nick Tatoris.
Yes.
WBO ranked number 8.
Tipping the scales at 98 kilograms, and I tell you what, he's just a beautifully proportioned man.
A ball of muscle, Stephen.
Unbeaten after 8 fights, including 4 KOs. Now, Charlie TNT Zammit from Auckland, New Zealand, 105 kgs, 13 fights, 10 wins and 7 KOs. He wants an early finish here. The Iron Lion.
Got a bit of Vaseline on the left eye there, but he's all
Yes,
right.
and
He's gone, and Bryce is going to stop Iron Lion coming in any further. He protected Zammit, and it's
all over. The Iron Lion.
Big flying right kick.
Magnificent.
Charlie Zammit was just put into Venus and Mars then by Longinidis.
Longinidis, if you don't mind. Shades of Stan the Man.
Now, I've been saying this for the last 12 months. This man's got to go to Japan.
He's fought in Japan in front of 45,000 fans.
Yeah, well, he's got to go back there again and fight for another 45,000.
The Longinidis trademark devastating right kick. Fantastic.
He's actually physically stronger, I think, than his brother was at that age and stage of his life.
What a great family, what a legendary family. And Stan the Man, his brother, buying Muhammad Ali memorabilia in the auction earlier in the night, Zanners.
Charlie Zammit. Well,
he's just wondering what hit him.
He's feeling worse for wear, Charlie.
Charlie Chaplin's in the ring too. There's a Charlie Chaplin-like character in the ring.
Massive victory that, and what can you say about Iron Lion? The leg extension work is pure Stan the Man, Sam Greco style stuff they learned under the Grand Master many years ago at the Fitzroy.
Wasn't Sam Greco a fighting machine?
Oh well, you know what I think of Sam because I've been heavily involved with Sam.
Peter Maniatis receiving a kiss from the Iron Lion.
A lot of respect.
And he's adorned with the
respect,
massive respect.
ISKA South Pacific title around.
Respect without giving respect.
Yeah.
And thanking a higher being.
Yeah, his lordship. The Lord Jesus Christ.
He's a very
Absolutely.
religious man.
And a wonderful victory, and the juggernaut continues.
And I tell you what, I'm just having a look at his trunks. There's a little bit of advertising. Royal Donuts.
Royal Donuts and Proverbs 30.5.
You might notice Paz Veijo there in the 1930s or 40s attire at ringside there with the Untouchables pork pie hat and matching pinstripe jacket.
They're looking very much like Squizzy Taylor,
or,
circa 1925.
Untouchables.
Yes.
What about his kicking power, Zammit?
Yes, there's Gleason in attendance.
Kicking power.
Yep, absolutely. The Lions' kicking power was quite extraordinary.
Is your microphone on?
Let's hope so.
Come on.
Yeah.
Rapture hair design, yes.
Rapture.
A high torque performance. All
The
the
referee made the decision for the good of the sport. We've got to respect that. He's definitely looking out for the best interest for the athletes. So yeah, it's out of my hands.
Okay, good sportsmanship there, but Charlie TNT Zammit. The gloves come off. Pete, that was a pretty demoralising win.
Look, I don't know much about kickboxing, but George and I have formed an alliance, and I'm going to stay with him to the end like I do all my fighters, and I'm proud of him.
Okay, come across, George. Congratulations.
Thank you, Howard. Thanks everyone for turning up. First of all, like I do all the time, I give all the glory to my Heavenly Father, Jesus Christ, who I love. He's my Saviour, and He's the most important thing in my life. I want to thank my wife, Dizzy, who I love very much, very supportive. I can't live my life without her now. It's just me and her are one. I want to thank my family, who I love, my father, Steve. I'm so glad that he's here. I love him very much. And my mother, at home praying. It's a dream of mine to win a title in the fight game. As you know, my brother's won 8 world titles. I hugely respect him for the brother he is to me, but also as the athlete he once was, and I will always love him, and I respect him immensely. So I love you, Stan. I want to thank all my sponsors. I want to thank Joe Mansour, who's been very supportive of me, and I thank you for everything he's done for me. I want to thank Style 220, Emidio and Michelle Navaroli. I want to thank Built Right Construction Proprietary Limited, Vasily Theodoridis. Thanks very much for your support, mate. I want to thank John Scopus from Royal Donuts. If you want the best donuts in the world, mate, go to Knox City and buy some donuts from Johnny.
Black and Blue, Gary and Ali Minos, who I love very much, for all the support and the shorts again. Never cease to amaze me with what you come up with and what you guys make me wear. Who else we got here? Tony Latu from Hair House Warehouse. Thank you very much, mate, for getting on board again. Who else we got? Vinny DeFazio, Rapture Hair Design. Thanks, buddy. Gary Tsavakos, High Talk Performance. Always behind me. Thank you. I want to thank Graham Burke for making it out tonight. Thank you very much, Graham. It means a lot to me that you're here, especially tonight with me winning a title. I thank you for your presence. I also want to thank my promoter/manager, Peter Maniatis. I think we're on a good thing here now, and you know, Peter's there for me, and I'm here to help with him too. So hopefully we can, you know, pick up the game and take it to bigger and better venues. I want to thank my photographer, Alex Benchy, for all the shots again today. Thanks, mate. And my corner, Jim Tatoris, Nick Tatoris, Chris, my best mate, and everyone out there supporting me. Look, I hope I put on a good show for you, and I'll continue to go on to bigger and better things. So thanks for your presence, and I hope to see you all next time again. Thank you very much.
What a great speaker he is, and a Christian man of great virtue. Charlie Zammit, look forward to seeing you back again. Charles TNT Zammit from Auckland, New Zealand. Give him a big thank you for coming across and facing a great Aussie warrior. Main event, the Simmons Cup, coming up for grabs. On behalf of promoter Peter Maniatis, we thank you for your great support tonight. Peter's 26th big promotion in Melbourne. And thank you for a great night's entertainment. Are you ready to rock? Are you ready to box? In our main event, your timekeeper of the bell, Damien Membry. Your ringside physician, Dr. Michael, Dr. Peter. Your judges at ringside in this bout, Peter Flaherty, Mark Corrie, Bryce Bedwhistle. When the bell tolls, your man in charge of the action, Malcolm Bullner. Members of the Professional Boxing and Combat Sports Board, Bernard W. Balmer, former middleweight champion, Malcolm McGuinness, Scott Brower, Dean Lapis, and Noel Sharp from the MCG. Your commentators at ringside, Stephen J. Peake, Troy J. Santuck, Stephen J. Milne. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, 6 rounds of welterweight international boxing. Introducing first in the blue corner. He comes to us from Africa, from Malawi, via the Republic of Congo. At 30 years of age, at 66.40 kilograms, 19 professional fights, 14 wins, with his mentor, Max Bowman, voted Victoria's Trainer of the Year 6 times. Ladies and gentlemen, wearing blue trunks with white trim, Peter Maniatis calls him Van Dan. He is John Claude Van Dan. Van Dan. And across the ring in the red corner with Bobby Scrivano. He was the former Australian welterweight champion. Relinquished that title because of a nasty hand injury. Now ranked number 6 in welter boxing in the national rankings. 12 professional fights, 11 wins, 4 by knockout at 66.60 kilograms. Red trunks with a touch of white and black. They call him the man, Carlton North, Shannon, the man, McMahon. The Raging Bull, Malcolm Mulder, to give referees instructions. This is our grand finale, Bernie. You'll be home at midnight.
Okay, welcome to Center Ring, gentlemen.
An enormous fight. I don't know anything about Jean-Claude, though.
No, good amateur career.
Yeah, good amateur career. Anyone who's had 14 wins out of 19 professional bouts is someone. You got Max Berman in the corner.
Max Bowman, yep.
As someone that you've got to look at and say this boy no doubt can fight.
Now, Maxie Bowman
Shannon
just
McMahon.
reckons this boy can breathe new life into the Western Suburbs boxing scene.
Yeah, you'd expect that. Yeah, and that's excellent for that area of the region, Victoria.
He's been living in Australia since November. He's got a wife and 3 kids, and he was born to box.
Tremendous physical condition.
I renamed Shannon McMahon Fire Alarm McMahon because
Yeah, well,
of his style.
we'll just stick with the man. Thank you.
Yep. Shannon McMahon, of course, is wearing the crimson trunks with thin white piping and a black check above the piping, and red, black, and white striped Adidas boxing boots.
Yeah.
Jean-Claude.
Blows early, McMahon.
Jean-Claude Van Damme is wearing the what you'd call it royal blue trunks with white piping and royal blue trim on white trimmings.
What about the action?
Loved his work in Street Fighter, Van Damme.
And
magnificent.
White boxing boots of the also of the traditional variety with blue and white piping socks. Swings the right hand there, Van Damme at McMahon, who was good enough to get out of the way.
Interesting.
You've been a big rep for Shannon for a long time, Troy. His career, he had the hand injury. His career's sort of not gone off the rails, but he hasn't been busy.
Oh, well, he's been injured, Steve, and you can't do anything about that if you've got a busted hand.
Yeah, once a box.
Hand injury, I did mention that.
Yeah, I know you did, but you've got to make some allowances for that.
Yeah.
If you can't put your hand.
You've had many hand injuries over the years, Stephen. How do you cope with them?
No, I tore a bicep in the muscle of the arm a couple of years ago.
What were
and
you
had to
doing?
go on. I was lifting some lunge weights at the gymnasium.
Shannon McMahon will be just delighted to be back in the ring.
He would be very happy in there now. That's his home.
Yes.
And at the moment, looking pretty good. Oh, Jean-Claude slapping away there. Got a bit frustrated with the proceedings.
Searching slaps there from Van Damme.
And he's standing back a bit far, Jean-Claude, in his efforts to get in close. He needs to get in a bit closer to Shannon.
He's got a
fire alarm, McMahon.
Reach like a barge pole.
Oh, Jean-Claude there, and caught there Shannon on the shoulder with the into the McMahon jaw there with the shoulder.
There's a hushed silence over the Moorabbin Town Hall, Stephen.
Yeah, just waiting for these boys to, at the moment, just sort themselves out. Now, Jean-Claude's got an eye cut. He's got a cut to the side of the left eye. Just wiped it as I spoke. Or is it I think it's a cut.
Could you make up your mind?
Possibly not at the moment, but can't see correctly there at this point in time. I might have...
Trade those specs in.
It could possibly be another mouse for me. I'm not sure,
Well,
but I thought it was a cut.
Is it a Mickey or a Mini?
Been a massive night of boxing, boys.
Oh, that's an extravaganza.
Shannon moved beautifully with those feet there. He's got those Fred Astaire-style movements, backwards, sideways.
Yeah, and wasn't Fred Astaire a wonderful boxer in his day? And he had all the moves.
Yeah, you may well...
Landed a couple of big ones there, McMahon. Towards the end of that round. Jean-Claude.
Well,
mystery man.
Well, may you be derisive, but I've been talking to Bobby Scrivano about Shannon.
Yeah.
And he said he got him to dance before he got him to punch.
Absolutely, Stephen. On the mark, as always.
My girl, Peaky. My girl's back in the ring.
Yes, I can't remember that young lass's name, but she's wearing that aqua sheath at the moment.
She's wearing no knickers. Now, where are we kicking on after this? Men's gallery, Peaky?
I'm going straight. I'm going right as you do. I've got to do another 2 hours work. I've got to do later
Session out, round 2.
That's your number. Good first rounder. Shannon McMahon happy to be back in the ring.
And that,
happy to be fit again over his hand injury.
Yeah, he is. Bouncing around beautifully at the moment, Shannon.
And
Claude's rangy. He's a rangy type. You said because they're top
They've nicked.
Cameraman getting in the way, are they? I think. But Jean-Claude now pushing McMahon. Ravana calling the shots there in the McMahon corner. Telling him to use the right hand and the old one too, did he? I think he said the old one too.
And Shannon, a big hug with Bobby at the start of the fight. Just happy to be back in the ring.
Oh, nice left hand there by the man.
Clubbing left. Beautiful punch from Shannon as he adjusts his trunks running backwards. That's a clever manoeuvre. Still, I think he's having some trouble with the apparatus as well as the trunks.
This is a big
been
fight
dislodged
for
there by a
Jean-Claude,
low
though.
punch. Possibly by Jean-Claude.
Very similar styles.
Jean-Claude is pursuing Shannon, but Shannon is wary of him.
And a gutsy move by the Bowman camp to take this fight on. McMahon's a gun.
Oh, nice clubbing punches on Jean-Claude by McMahon. They were, as an excellent
Didn't
repertoire
ruffle him,
of
though.
punches.
He's not ruffled.
Well, you don't have to be ruffled to score points, if you don't mind.
Can somebody please get a gag for this man?
You want to do a bit of ruffling?
An interesting scorecard. In the first round, Stephen, you scored it 10-10.
If you want to do a bit of ruffling, go and find yourself some feathers. But at the moment, for McMahon...
I've heard you enjoy that sort of treatment.
At the moment, doing very well here in this round. Jean-Claude has struggled here somewhat. Got a nice right hand in there on the jaw.
Punch by Jean-Claude there, Zanners.
Yeah. No doubt about that. I praised him for
McMahon.
it. McMahon now starting to work on Jean-Claude. And beautiful right hand bounced on the forehead or the scon of Jean-Claude.
With the right.
And a nice slapping left, though, a little bit open. But Jean-Claude feeling a bit of pressure here now and a ribcage punch. And he's working those ribs over as well, up and down the back and the front.
Yeah, getting on top. McMahon, the man, Shannon McMahon.
That's what it's all about. Upstairs, downstairs.
Yeah.
Big left there to the face. McMahon really starting to land some
he's
lever.
starting to. He's lifted his ratio.
He's exerting. He's exerting his influence, McMahon.
Big fight for Jean-Claude.
He's got the right hand. Jean-Claude is starting to bend over. He's bending.
He's starting to bend over, is he?
And McMahon.
Is he doing an impression of a question mark? Is he? Yeah.
Starting to exert his influence there, Sanders.
Yeah, absolutely, Stephen.
And
Shannon
what
McMahon
was doing with the right hand was coming over the top and trying to land punches on the back or the rib cage.
Yes.
Coming over the top.
Yes.
From a different trajectory than earlier on in the fight.
Yes.
That's what you have to take into account as the trajectory of the punches.
What time? 5 past.
Do what easy?
You'll get to the rodeo right on time.
Where do you want me to drive you to?
Oh, just drive into town. Just into just Elizabeth Street there somewhere.
Round 2, Stephen.
Round 3.
Round 3.
And that, now I think earlier on in the night I was criticised for my arithmetic errors.
And deservedly so. But Xana's mucking up there though, Peaky.
He made a slight mistake.
And enjoying every moment of it, ladies and gentlemen.
Shannon bouncing back into Malcolm Bullner, trying to get out of the
Good
way.
left from Shannon McMahon. And
He
a
loves
right,
the body
following up
punching.
combinations.
You know the good thing about Shannon McMahon? He works upstairs and down. I've said it a couple of times now, but he likes to work the body too.
Yeah.
Fight going up cog here, Xana's.
He's adaptable, make no mistake about that, Shannon McMahon.
Yeah, very much so.
He's not one-dimensional.
Oh, no one-dimensionality about him at all.
So he's got ants in his pants, always on his toes, Shannon McMahon.
Yes. Oh, and look at
Sure
that beautiful, elusive style of McMahon there. Moving beautifully. When he saw where Jean-Claude was coming from with that, those punches.
Shades of Robert Flower with that pirouette there.
More Johnny Famechon.
And Max Bowman happy to be back in town. 6-time Victorian Trainer of the Year.
Fred Astaire's been mentioned many times by Stephen JP.
Vociferously here tonight.
Yeah. And
Jean-Claude just trying to get some body rips in there. He just couldn't quite, you know what he's doing?
What's he doing, Stephen? We're fascinated.
He's half a foot short of where he should be when he's throwing leather.
Yeah. Oh, that was a big right hand there by
John
Jean-Claude.
a bit
He's
closer.
not taking a backward step.
He's going to have to take a couple of risks, Jean-Claude, but he's got to get in a bit closer if he wants to try and make some impression upon the McMahon physique.
The muscles from Brussels.
Not quite here.
An important fight for Shannon McMahon.
Oh, massive
no,
fight
isn't
for
it?
Shannon McMahon.
It is a big fight. Now, Shannon's got a bit of bruising now, I think, just below the left eye. Nothing
Yeah.
to be concerned
Are
about.
we talking a mouse? Is it
Not quite
Not
a
quite?
mouse at this point.
more a hamster? Nice left right there by Shannon.
Probably a minor
Whoa.
welt. Nothing more than a minor welt at the moment there, Troy.
Wild swing there by Jean-Claude.
Looking for your notes. That's good, Xanners. Good combinations from McMahon.
Jean-Claude loses balance when he gets into that running style, virtually. When he runs forward, he loses
Running
balance.
style. Very similar to Alberto Salazar in the 87 New York Marathon.
Oh.
Just all over the place.
Jean-Claude now is saying to McMahon, you come to me.
They're taunting him. Good to see a bit of
Yeah.
taunting.
The good
too.
thing about that is, Jean-Claude is thinking about the fight.
Yeah.
He's thinking about, hang on a minute, I'm doing all the running. I'm going to stop running now, save a bit of energy and say, you come to me. You come on to me.
Conserve energy. That's the name of the game.
Massively important in
Yeah.
a six-rounder, Troy.
Now-
3-minute hard rounds.
Troy, McMahon's career was flying
Yeah.
up until his hand injury, and he's wanting to make up for lost time. This will be a fight that he'll get the rust off, get back into the swing of things, and I'm predicting some pretty exciting
Yeah.
times ahead for Shannon the Man McMahon.
Look, if he gets over Jean-Claude in this particular bout, he will cement confidence, and that's what he thrives on, Shannon. Confidence,
Yeah.
with a capital C.
And you've always been a big rep for him, Xanners.
Always.
You enjoyed about the way McMahon
Well,
attacks his boxing.
he's a purist. He's a traditionalist. Old school. Thank you.
Thank you. Jean-Claude, a gutsy fight from the Bowman camp to take this on the might of McMahon in his comeback fight.
Yes. Slapping punch from Jean-Claude.
Tell you what, it's a punch-a-thon at the moment.
Yeah, Jean-Claude is slapping some of his punches, though. You've got to be careful when you
Like
watch
you
that.
said, Peaky, before, Jean-Claude needs to take some risks.
Yeah, he's got to come in closer if he wants to deliver some hard leather, and he's got to deliver it a bit straighter, too,
Yeah.
I'd say.
He's using the telescope approach, isn't he? Just too far away.
Yeah, too far away, and he's loopy with his punches, too, at the
Yeah.
moment. Somewhat loopy.
Oh, you'd know all about loopiness.
He's got a welt forming as well, Jean-Claude, just below
Yeah.
the left eye. And it could turn into a mouse later on, Troy, if
Yeah.
any more punishment
There's
is
a
delivered in
mouse.
that
And we
area.
certainly
house.
we wouldn't want that to happen, because a mouse can turn into a rat, and that can be very unpalatable, Stephen. Oh, a big right hand there by Jean-Claude.
But,
Oh, hang on a second there. You
Can't be
don't,
doing
mate.
that,
Now, that,
Jean-Claude.
you
Settle
would
down.
think under the rules, potentially he could be looking at a point off for that. That was what you might just call
Tell you what, though,
indiscreet.
Shannon just needs to keep his wits
He
about him.
certainly
Jean-Claude
does.
is
Highly
not going
indiscreet.
away.
No.
And that when the man was on his knees. Slapping
He's
and
landing a
honestly
bit of leather now,
slapping down
Jean-Claude,
on his
working
punches.
his way into this fight,
Yeah,
Troy.
he's gaining confidence with every
confidence,
blow he
And he's landing
lands.
some
Yeah, but he
He's
still
la-
hasn't straightened up, but Troy, this is the big issue that's at stake here.
You're all now.
He's landing some big blows, Peaky.
Oh, most of those only grazed to the body of McMahon or went off the gloves. There wasn't much in that.
I
On the
beg to
trunks,
disagree.
McMahon's having trouble with the either the protector, the trunks, and the rest of the apparatus.
Do you have problems with your apparatus from time to time?
His corner will need to carry out some adjustments. Jean-Claude rushing in again now. You know, Jean-Claude I thought at the end of the last round was going to think this out a little bit more, but he's not.
He's not.
He has gone back
Australia, and he's taken a big fight tonight.
Yeah.
Big risk.
Yeah,
full
and,
credit to
I think he's acquitting
full
himself
credit to Malcolm
very,
Bullner there for
very
warning
well.
him about that ducking. And then, as I said earlier on in the fight, he was bending over. And all I got was derisiveness from you other gentlemen.
That's
keep his head up.
pretty much all you deserve.
He's been warned, Peaky. Jean-Claude needs to keep his head up. He's just ducking a little bit too much for the ref's liking.
He's not doing any real damage.
He's a big rep for Maxi Bowman, his trainer, Jean-Claude. I've interviewed Jean-Claude, and he reckons Maxi knows boxing inside out, and he's very happy to be with Maxi Bowman. There's our girl again, Bernie the attorney. She's a good girl.
How did you score that around, Stephen?
Good girl.
Bending over.
I think you make up your scores. You just write down figures.
He should have had a point taken off him over there for delivering 2 punches to a man who was on his knee.
I wish you'd have your microphone taken off you. Stephen J. Peak.
On fire.
And round 5 here.
Tell you what,
Now, McMahon's not going to muck around here now. There's a bit of firepower behind those
Peaky,
punches.
rev it up, Peaky.
Right behind the McMahon punches here.
Both boys taking a breather.
Well, that's okay. McMahon doesn't mind if he wants to walk over there because he'll fix his apparatus while it's all going
Thought he
on.
was going for a pina colada, or was that lackadaisical?
Yeah.
Oh, he's coming.
After him, though.
He's coming, Jean-Claude.
Backward step, Jean-Claude.
No.
Ducks down. Gee, just ducks his head.
And Malcolm
The
Bullner
ref's
told
onto
him
it.
knocked
The
it
ref's
down
onto
too
it.
low. I once saw Solomon and Bellin when Solomon sort of fought a bit like that, bending down like that.
Yeah.
And Bellin just kept banging him on the back of the head.
Who have you got in front at this stage of proceedings?
McMahon, because when he's delivered leather, it's been more conclusive leather.
It's been conclusive leather. Yeah. As a
Running after him, though.
where's
Great style.
Jean-Claude looks like he's got a Mortine swiper going at the moment.
Yes.
Or a fly
Ref's
swiper.
not happy, though.
He's got a
Got a
fly
box.
swiper working at the moment. With that open hand.
He's got a bit of a street brawler about him, John.
He has.
The other thing is that we've got to remember, gentlemen, how can you balance yourself if you're going to break into a jog or a run like that?
That's
He
it.
just
You know,
runs.
this is the Moorabbin Town Hall. It's not Olympic Park. McMahon goes back there, but he's moving well. And that nice,
Nice one, nice left.
left on. He's only caught it, but it was a slap again. And my
up against
cohort
the
to my right,
earlobe.
Mr. Barmer got it right there as a slap.
But he's using the Helen Keller defence. He's all over the place.
Well, Malcolm Bullner saying to he is saying to Jean-Claude to keep the head up, keep the hands up, keep everything up.
Yes.
That's a nice
Shannon
punch.
McMahon
Bobby
back
Gravano
in
liked it
town,
too.
Enjoying being back. Long time on the sidelines with a hand injury. And this is a good fight. He's earning his money.
But where's the crowd participation, Stephen?
Well, they're just waiting for, waiting for something to happen. That's what they're waiting for.
Well, why don't you lead?
Yeah,
lead the enthusiasm. Fire up, Peaky.
We're waiting.
Look, we're watching two
You started off
exponents of
like
the
a
sport.
freight train, you're ending like a caboose.
I'm not a clairvoyant. I don't know what's coming next.
Doris Stokes is in the house.
Lift the
McMahon
decibels
jabbing
up,
away.
Peaky. You're
Again,
subdued.
he's just waiting for Jean-Claude.
It's a waiting game, isn't it?
It is a waiting game here.
Yeah.
And you've got to be patient because Jean-Claude, look, he's a fairly nubile sort of bloke. He's swift.
Nubile.
Everyone's just been cracking up. It's been a good night.
What we had here tonight was all the best fights for early.
Oh, yeah.
We've sort of started
tape it off, hasn't it?
Thank you, ladies, for the men's gallery, 601.
But it's been a great night.
And centre fold, 22 kicks.
Bring it over here. Just put it out of the way.
Back from an operation and might be suffering a bit of ring rust. He's not going to beat his
Are you suffering? Are you suffering from ring rust? Are you suffering from ring rust?
Once every 3 nights I take a mouthful of olive leaf extract.
Sixth and final round, boys.
Silver colloid and
Absolutely.
Bring it home,
fantastic.
Pookie. Bring it home.
Bring it home, Stephen.
Bring it home,
What a
Stephen
night of
Shannon.
boxing.
Yes, this is the sixth and final round here tonight at the Moorabbin Town Hall. Many artist promotions here. What a fantastic night's boxing it's been all round. We started off superbly there. Every fight's been a cracker. And this one is no exception. McMahon coming back from broken hand.
Take a breath.
Looking pretty good at the moment. And John
Whoa.
Quaid, there from Africa originally.
Now
and
living
with
out in
McMahon
sunshine.
In the corner. Not too
Jean
sure where
Claude.
he is at the moment, but I know this.
The Sultan of
McMahon
Sunshine.
has delivered the better quality leather throughout this
Yes,
fight.
true. Insert breath.
He's in. He's delivered the Stephen Datner of leather, hasn't he? He's really hit the mark.
You're getting laughs of some of your worst gags.
Waiting for an opportunity again. One good thing about McMahon is he's patient.
Yep.
Whereas Jean Claude gets frustrated, rushes
He
in,
does. He
slaps.
does rush in. You're right.
He runs. He breaks into that run.
He actually breaks into a canter.
Well, just about. And how can you balance? You can't balance when you put yourself in that position as a boxer. I'm surprised his trainer hasn't perhaps had a word with him
Look
about
at
that.
Maxie
It could be
Bowman over there, a legendary figure. Maxie's loving it.
youthful exuberance, sometimes hard to contain.
Bit of Bill Haley. Bill Haley's arrived, ladies and gentlemen. The final round.
Shannon just wants to see this out smoothly, I'd say, at this point, without any impediment.
You'd have to think Jean Claude needs a knockout here, Steve.
McMahon will win, but Jean Claude not losing any friends.
Well, that's not going to happen. I mean, but look, the lad can be a bit frustrating to watch at times. No doubt about that. Again,
This is a
McMahon's
massive
got
fight for
problems
Jean
there.
Claude, though.
Yeah, but he's acquitted himself well.
Absolutely.
With
A
equipment
brave
problems
decision.
again.
A brave decision to take this
Yeah.
fight.
Oh, a big left hand there.
From McMahon must have rocked the
Yes.
dentures of Jean Claude, surely, in that situation.
The dentures of Jean Claude.
Jean Claude working a bit low there, but no. Malcolm Bullner says to Shannon to not to hanging off him, the arm. Oh, flying left hand from Jean Claude was not going to do any damage. Again, he's gone for a wicked left, and he's throwing it from Tasmania. Again, Jean Claude coming in on the body, but ended up on the ropes. McMahon's a mile away, and again works away at the head region. Got through the gloves of Jean Claude, scoring punches. Whichever way you look at it, they're scoring.
And there it is.
And that's the end of the penny section. And from a great night's boxing here at
Welcome back,
Moorabbin
Shannon
Town Hall,
McMahon. I
gentlemen.
think he's going to win this on points.
Absolutely.
A good fight. Welcome back, Shannon McMahon. He's excited to be back, and I think the Victorian boxing scene, the fans, Xanners, are going to be delighted that he's back.
See you later, Bernie. See you, mate.
See you, Bernie. Good on you, mate.
All the best. See you, mate.
Bernie, the attorney.
See you later.
Good on you, later. See you, Scotty. Good on you, mate.
Sunday night, drive safely. Look forward to seeing you in the next.
What a big night.
Promotion.
You haven't missed a beat tonight.
We haven't missed a beat at all. We've had a magnificent promotion, one of the absolute best boxing promotions in the last 5-10 years here at Moorabbin Town Hall, with some superb fights. Just while we're waiting for the results, because we haven't got much spare time here at ringside, because we saw Annie Banner and Mark Quan in the first round. Great effort by Banner.
Breath.
Anna Banner, Paul Lee. We saw a new Paul Lee, a strong Paul Lee, a Paul Lee who wouldn't back off, a Paul Lee who had showed plenty of energy, came in hard, Paul Lee.
You're mumbling, Peaky.
Not mumbling at all here. And Jay Sims, who tried to get home late but couldn't. He left the...
And a commanding performance by Kerry Palmer, the Prince of Port Melbourne, over Bruce Glozier.
No doubt about that. Luke Maloney was a little bit sloppy in his fight with Feli Malatei.
Kosta Chonros delivered...
And the Simmons Holmes Cup up for grabs for this fight, Peaky.
Yeah, put Olalekien into business big time with the big right hand, which sent Olalekien to the canvas, and then we go to Peter Maniatis and Howard Lee.
Thank you.
Yeah, Gary Simmons, he's a good man. Simmons Holmes. He's a Western Suburbs product, Gary Simmons.
Okay, thank you, Malcolm. Thank you, Mark. A night at the fights, eh? You're still a Western Bulldogs man?
No, we're with Geelong. We've always been with Geelong, but we used to sponsor Footscray many years back.
Because of business reasons. Okay, our final card. Thank you, Damien. It's a unanimous decision. Judge Bryce Birtwistle has it 60-50. Judge Mark Corrie has it 60-56. Judge Peter Flaherty 60-53. All for the winner, the man Shannon McMahon.
Everyone for turning up. The Simmons people have been fantastic dealing with them, and Graham Walsh, we finally got to mark. Graham's a good man. He couldn't come here tonight. He's got diabetes, but once again, I'd like to thank everyone, the Simmons family. Obviously, Gary couldn't be here. He's on the Gold Coast, but I'm sure he would have been here in spirit. He was an undefeated ringside fighter, and Howard knows him. So next time, maybe it's compulsory that Gary's here.
Correct.
Would have been a competition